Okay, students, am I audible? Just let me know, please. I've started the live early because I want to check for any issues if they are there in the live. Okay, just let me know if I'm audible. If the screen is also visible, everything, you just let me know. Okay, so we'll start in some like 5-10 minutes. We'll wait for others to join. You can share the link also to them, they can join. Okay. Okay. So, am I audible to everyone? Okay, fine. So, I'll be letting you know what we'll be doing in today's class. We won't be doing any hectic solution type of sort of thing. I'll be giving you certain numericals for solutions that are most probably likely to come. And जे पयलीं आमी आतां प्रेडिक्शन्स केला पळय दॅट प्रेडिक्शन्स आय विल बी शेअरिंग विथ यू सो दॅट म्हाका कोणी सांगलेले ग्रुपान की जे प्रेडिक्शन्स आसा जे प्रोबॅबिलिटी आसा आमकां जे क्वेश्चन्स आमी एक्सपेक्ट करूं शकता दीज क्वेश्चन्स तूं पयलीं दिसा मातशें दाखय म्हूण ओके सो फर्स्ट डे ओन्ली आय एम शोईंग ऑल द चॅप्टर्स लायक कितें चॅप्टर्स आसा सगळे करया आमी जे क्वेश्चन्स आसा इम्पॉर्टंट टॉपिक्स दॅट वील बी डुईंग एंड ऑर्गेनिक एंड इनऑर्गेनिक आसा पळय ऑर्गेनिक आमचे जे अल्कोहॉल फिनॉल्स आसा अल्डिहाइड्स किटोन्स कार्बोक्सिलिक एसीड देन बायोमॉलिक्युल्स अमायन्स हे सगळे आमी वी कॅन डू टुमॉरो मोस्टली एंड इनऑर्गेनिकान मोस्टली हांवें बायोमॉलिक्युल्स एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाउंड्स आय हॅव पुट इन इनऑर्गेनिक ओके सो अशें सेक्शन घातला बट इट इज नॉट कमिंग अंडर इनऑर्गेनिक ओके Varsha is saying, sir, your bio, your mostly prediction was wrong. Some of my predictions were wrong, not mostly. Answer tari kelet when by paper. Okay, whatever topics I have discussed. Paper hard khaya tha. Paper was very easy. Physics paper was easy. Even mathematics paper was comparatively easy. मागीर बायो पेपर तर फालतू आशिल्लो ओके 2-3 क्वेश्चन्स मागीर तेंच्यांनी घातलेले आउट ऑफ माय प्रेडिक्शन ते आगाव एक क्वेश्चन आशिल्लो मागीर आनी कशें ते वन मोर क्वेश्चन वॉज देर दॅट वॉज आउट ऑफ माय प्रेडिक्शन बाकी सगळे आशिल्ले ओके वर्षा यू नीड टू स्टार्ट प्रिपेरिंग ओके लास्ट दिसा तूं रावता मागीर तुका कांयच कळना देन हाव यू वील डू इट सी बेस्ड ऑन पळय अशें सांगूं शकना आमी की केमिस्ट्री पेपर हार्ड येतलो की इझी येतलो दॅट वी डोंट नो बट इफ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट फिजिक्स पेपर वॉज लायक इट वॉज नॉट व्हेरी इझी बट इट वॉज इझी ओके एंड इट वॉज व्हेरी मॉडरेट सो केमिस्ट्री पेपर आय एम एक्सपेक्टिंग इट टू कम ऑल्सो इझी ओके केमिस्ट्री वील ऑल्सो बी इझी सो अशें ना की फिजिक्स हार्ड येयल्या फिजिक्स इझी येयल्यार केमिस्ट्री डिफिकल्ट येतलो तशें ना Okay. So what we'll be doing, I'll be just physics was not that moderate. It was comparatively easy if you would have studied the studied from the around 2-3 महिने पयलीं तुमी स्टार्ट केल्ले पळय जाल्यार जातालें. तुमी आतां 2 दीस पयलीं म्हटल्यार सगळें कवर जायना न्ही बाबा. Okay. So we will just start now and I will just let you know की आमी कितें कितें प्रेडिक्ट करता in this particular uh, paper, chemistry paper. Okay. So, yeah. आता हांवें हे जे पी-डी-एफ केला पळय, दीस पी-डी-एफ इज व्हेरी कन्सायज पी-डी-एफ. सो जे एनालिसीस आशिल्ले इट वॉज व्हेरी बिग लायक इट वॉज अराउंड लायक 100 पेजीस वन एनालिसीस. मागीर ते कंपायल करून हे केला. सो इन दीस तुमकां कितें खबर आसपाक जाय, की हांवें जे एनालिसीस केला पळय, दीज एनालिसीस आय हॅव डन नॉट बेस्ड ऑन लायक 15-16 इयर बॅक. कित्याक केमिस्ट्रीन जे पयलीं थोडे चॅप्टर आशिल्ले पळय, वी वर हॅव्हिंग द चॅप्टर सॉलिड स्टेट. मागीर आमचे कडेन चॅप्टर आशिल्ले दॅट वन सरफेस केमिस्ट्री एक चॅप्टर आशिल्ले आयसोलेशन ऑफ ते आनी मागीर एनवायरमेंटल केमिस्ट्री सॉलिड स्टेट हे दीज चॅप्टर्स हॅव बीन डिलीटेड सो ते सोडून मागीर आमी जर प्रेडिक्ट करता देन वी आर जस्ट फोकसिंग ऑन 2023 24 25 ओके दीज आर द बेसिक लायक प्रेडिक्शन्स जे आतांचे सिलेबसचे आसा ओके नाव if we are looking at the chapter starting from solutions then what are the predicted questions that you can see in your paper okay that these are first thing I would say that what are the repeated questions we are having Raoult's law graph you know that we are having a positive deviation we are having negative deviation अनेक असा फक्त positive deviation negative deviation असा ना there is one more graph of Raoult's law that is called as for ideal like ideal solution so ideal असता पळय तेन्ना आमकां ते straight line काडची असता so sometimes what happen they are not asking for positive they are not asking for negative they are asking for a ideal behavior so that ते तुमकां straight line काडची असता ते खबर आसपा जाय मागीर osmotic pressure numerical is almost repeated in 2019, 2024, 2025 आणि मॉडेल पेपरान बी आसा जे तेंच्यांनी दिला तितून बी आसा. Elevation in boiling point numerical 2018, 2024 and 2024, 25 and it was not there. Okay, there was 2025 they have given molar mass, and here we are having in model also we are expecting. Now azeotrope theory as a azeotrope theory also 2024, 2025 and in model. So basically this azeotrope actually they were not expecting this particular thing to put in the 2000 कितें म्हणटा हे आमचे 2018, 19 मागीर 2016, 15 when I had answered my board exam I have never seen this particular question in my exam. तेच्या पयलीं बी हांवें पळोवंक ना. But recently from the new syllabus where they have deleted, no, they are starting to put this particular question, azeotrope theory. Okay, now azeotrope theory कितें आसा that we will be looking at जेन्ना आमी solve करतले question, then we will be looking at what is the meaning of azeotrope. Okay, now for my predictions, these are that for 2026 prediction, one numerical is sure. Now I will tell you which particular numerical I am expecting to come, that is osmotic pressure, or we are expecting for the molar mass. Okay, so osmotic pressure or molar mass हे येवपाकूच जाय in your paper. Another thing is the elevation in boiling point and depression in freezing point. So हे चार तरेचे numericals आसा which are very much like expected to come in your paper of chemistry. Now one theory, that is azeotrope आणि ते deviation bhi asa ते, that is coming under azeotrope only. So for Raoult's law it is like the azeotropes having form minimum boiling azeotrope and maximum boiling azeotrope. You have to write one example also, like खंयचे mixture करून आम्ही minimum boiling करू शकता, खंयचे दोन mixture करून maximum boiling जाता, आणि maximum boiling जाल्यार which type of graph you are getting. They will not directly tell you to draw a positive deviation, they will tell you minimum boiling मागीर ते positive deviation जातले, मॅक्सिमम बॉइलिंग तर नेगेटिव्ह डेविएशन जातले. सो तशें करून आमी प्रेडिक्ट करपा जाय. मागीर 4 मार्क लॉंग आन्सर ऑलमोस्ट सर्टन इज दॅट इज द न्युमेरिकल ओनली, ऑर इट इज 2-2 मार्कचे क्वेश्चन, 2-2 मार्कचे क्वेश्चन येता. दॅट इज दे आर आस्किंग यू टू ड्रॉ एलिवेशन इन बॉइलिंग पॉइंटचो ग्राफ, आणि मागीर तेजे बद्दलूच क्वेश्चन घालतले की एलिवेशन बॉइलिंग पॉइंट कॅल्क्युलेट कर, हे कर ते कर. ऑर एल्स दे विल पुट सम राउल्ट्स लॉ, आणि मागीर ते तुका पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर कॅल्क्युलेट करपाक question numerical asa, which I am having each and every numerical solved step by step in my made PDF. ओके, त्याच्या भायरसून तसले मीन्स दॅट टायप ओनली क्वेश्चन विल कम. आता त्याच्या भायरसून म्हणना म्हणल्यार भुरगीं कितें प्रेडिक्ट करता की तेच क्वेश्चन येवपा जाय, तशें जायना. स्लायटली कंपाउंड सॉल्यूट चेंज जाता, स्लायटली सॉल्यूटचे व्हॅल्यू चेंज जाता. 1 ग्राम घेतला थंय तुमच्या एग्जामीन 2 ग्राम येतले. Okay, values can change, so you should always be considerate about value change. Magir, if you're moving to electrochemistry, then what we can expect in electrochemistry? रिपीटेड आसा फ्यूल सेल डायग्राम 2018, 19, 24, 25 आणि त्याच्या पयलीं सुद्धा येयल्लेले आसा. इवन आय गॉट अ फ्यूल सेल डायग्राम इन 2015. सो त्याच्या पयलीं आसाच. सो फ्यूल सेल इज अ व्हेरी स्ट्रॉंग म्हटल्यार स्ट्रॉंग फ्यूल सेल, हायड्रोजन ऑक्सिजन फ्यूल सेल. ओके, नेक्स्ट आमचे कडेन आसा EMF कॅल्क्युलेशन, शुअर शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन. EMF कॅल्क्युलेशन, आता थंय डिफरंट तरेचे EMF कॅल्क्युलेशन आसा, दॅट आय हॅव इन्क्लुडेड इन माय PDF, जे हांव तुमकां दाखयतलो आणि कशें सॉल्व करपाचे ते बी तुमकां एक्सप्लेन करतलो. ओके, 2018, 19, 24, 25, 2022 and 2020 बूच मारलेली कोरोना व्हायरस. ओके, सो 2021 परत बूच मारलेली. 2022 तेंच्यांनी मागीर हे घेतलेले सेमिस्टर 1, सेमिस्टर 2, MCQ बिमसीक्यू घेतलेले. 2023 म्हाका ते पेपरूच मेळोंक ना, कितें जालें खबर ना म्हाका. गोवा बोर्डान घालूंकूच ना, अपलोडूच करूंक ना तो. 2024 and 2025 again EMF calculation is present. Okay, next we are having Gibbs free energy relation. So basically delta G naught. Okay, delta G naught calculate करपाचे ते भी numericals I have already put, and it is seen in 2019 and 2024. So it is having a very huge gap. 2019 and 2024, but अशे ह्यूज गॅप म्हटल्यार कितें आसता जाणा, सदांच कितें करता, बिकॉज गोवा बोर्ड इज ऑल्सो नोईंग की हाऊ टू सेट द पेपर्स. दे नो दॅट आमी पयलीं तेन्ना घातलेले, मागीर 2024 घातलेले, 25 घालूंक ना. सो 26 आमी घालतली अशें they might be thinking that they have to put it, but we have to study this particular gives free energy because it is having a very high trend. Next, Nernst equation application 2024-25 model. Nernst असा ते आम्ही तिथून आम्ही EMF E naught standard electrode potential calculate करता. So there also we can expect a question, and not just expect, I am expecting very highly of this Nernst equation application म्हटलं solution आम्ही करू शकता. Okay. Okay. Next we are having 2026 prediction जे तुमका खबरच असा, तुमका सांगले already. One EMF numerical guaranteed असा. Second, one diagram based question. Diagram based question असा म्हटलं असा, it can be either, I will show you the diagrams. खयचे diagrams असा. It can be either on the Daniel cell असा, galvanic cell. Then we are having hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, lead storage battery, Lagrange cell, mercury cell. ते हे सगळे असा. So that we can expect. Also we can expect the diagram of corrosion. Okay, corrosion एक diagram असा which is not basically asked frequently, but it can come in your paper. That I will basically give you. Okay. Sir, log KC, please explain. Log KC, please explain. Yeah, we'll be doing it. We'll be doing it. Blandina Fernandez. Okay. So chemical kinetics, if you are looking for chemical kinetics, then in chemical kinetics, we are having repeated questions on first order half-life. Okay. Derivation असता किंवा फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन असता त्याचे असता डेरिवेशन, or half-life for zero order, or basically the full one for zero order. Okay. Next, activation energy. Activation is repeated. See how many times it is repeated. 2018, 2024, 25 model. Activation energy, either I'm not saying ki sadats numerical eta. Numerical comes very rare for activation energy, but there are certain related questions for MCQs for activation energy. Unit विचारू शकता आणि किती विचारू शकता. Okay. Derivations of integrated rate equation that I have already told, 2018, 2024. And this year also we are I am actually expecting the derivation to come for first order only. Okay, so let us see how it will be. So one half-life numerical, activation energy highly probable, zero first order derivation likely for, not for 4 marks, it will come for 2 marks. Okay, not for 4 marks. Next we are having DNF block. In DNF block, सामके स्कोरिंग, DNF ब्लॉक सामके स्कोरिंग हे सोडपाचेच ना, चिंतपाचेच ना की आम्ही DNF ब्लॉक स्किप करतली म्हणून. ऍक्च्युअली पळोवंक गेल्यार यू कॅनॉट स्किप अ सिंगल चॅप्टर इन केमिस्ट्री. 10 चॅप्टर आसा, सगळेच चॅप्टरा 7 वयर मार्क्स आसा. ओके, आय गेस या 7, मोर देन 7 ओनली. सो तुम्ही स्किप कितें करतली तुमी, बट आय विल टेल यू अ स्ट्रॅटेजी हाऊ यू कॅन स्टडी एफिशियंटली. सो रिपीटेड कितें आसा, लेंथनॉइड कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन पळया, तुमीच पळया 2018, 19, 24, 25 मॉडल. सो लेंथनॉइड कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन अशें म्हणिना की एक्टिनॉइड कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन येऊ शकना. इट कॅन हॅपन दॅट सदांच तांच्यान म्हणलें आमी लेंथनॉइड विचारता, लेंथनॉइड विचारता. आतां 2026 आमी एक्टिनॉइड विचारया. डिफिकल्ट ना न्ही, इजी आसा. यू कॅन स्टडी दॅट. ओके, एक्टिनॉइड कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन ऑल्सो. Color and magnetic reasoning of the D block elements, how they are forming compounds, why they are forming the colored compounds, कशे compounds form करता, oxidation number कितलो असता, कोणाचो oxidation number चड आसा, कित्याक आसा, आणि ते चड असल्यार कितें जाता, असले questions we can explain. Okay, expect. Now we are having oxidation state trends. I have told you chromate and dichromate structure 2018-2025 and model on घातला त्यांच्यानी. So they want you to focus on this. Okay, so तुम्ही डायक्रोमेट आणि क्रोमेट असा पळय, पोटॅशियम डायक्रोमेट, सोडियम डायक्रोमेट, ओके, क्रोमेट, तसे आयन्स जे असा पळय, लिटरली इन युअर टेक्स्ट बुक देर इज अ स्ट्रक्चर यू कॅन predict. Okay, you can just study it. Now predictions कितें आसा, one reasoning for 3 marks. 3 marks reasoning येवपाना from DNF block. This is a error what I am having. So खूप गडबडीन केला हांवें PDF, so मातशे errors आसा. So one reasoning we are having, and that reasoning we can get only for 1 mark. Okay, give reason म्हणून येतले 1 mark खातीर येतले. Max to max it can come for 2 marks if they are asking a very high depth question. Okay, high depth question that can come for like color compounds, electron absorption, light absorption, हे ते कितें जाता, मागीर ते जर why is actinoid contraction is greater than lanthanol contraction, तसले questions येता. So these type of reasoning questions you can expect. One structure drawing, that is I told you, dichromate, chromate structure. Ionic equation KMnO4 Cr2O7. This equation also we can expect in, because equation we can expect in DNF block chapter. That I will tell you which equations we are expecting in that. Okay, so तसले questions मी हांव तुमकां दितलो. जशे हांगा बरयला तसले questions सुद्धा तुमकां मेळटले. Okay. Next, we are having coordination compounds. In coordination compounds, very prominent, because हितूंतल्यान आनी कितें विचारपाचें अशें म्हाका दिसना की कितें विचारपा जाय. First thing, IUPAC. IUPAC naming येवपाकूच जाय. Okay, like naming of that, ते खबर आहा तुमकां, hexaamine, trichlor, tetracobaltate, okay, androtate, तसले questions you can expect. VBT hybridization, sure one question of deduce this particular compound based on VBT hybridization, आणि थंय तुमकां तेजे hybridization बरोवपा जाय आणि structure geometry कितें आसा ते बरोवपा जाय. Okay, that basically IUPAC naming comes for 1 or 2 marks. if एकूच दिला 1 मार्काक आणि 2 दिला जाल्यार 2 मार्काक, बिकॉज कशें आसता ते, either they will give you a compound or they will give you a name, आणि ते नाव तुमकां पळोवन मागीर स्ट्रक्चर काडपा जाय, म्हटल्यार ते फॉर्म्युला बरोवपा जाय. ओके, VBT हायब्रिडायझेशन एवरी इयर, सो VBT तुमकां डिड्यूस करपा येतले. इट कॅन कम फॉर 2 or 3 marks. Okay, not less than 2, not more than 3 marks, depending upon how many steps are there, how difficult or how big that particular compound is. मॅग्नेटिक प्रॉपर्टी एव्हरी इयर विचारला तेंच्यांनी की वो कसलो मॅग्नेटिक बिहेवियर दाखयता, पॅरामॅग्नेटिझम, डायमॅग्नेटिझम, कित्याक आसा डायमॅग्नेटिझम, कित्याक आसा पॅरामॅग्नेटिझम. इलेक्ट्रॉन लोन इलेक्ट्रॉन पॅर आसा जाल्यार पॅरामॅग्नेटिझम म्हटल्यार स्लायटली अट्रॅक्ट जातले फॉर द मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड. इफ इलेक्ट्रॉनूच ना, अनपॅर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉनूच ना, then there will be no magnetic moment and it will be deflected by the magnetic field, and that is been diamagnetism. So तुमकां एक्सप्लेन करपा जाय की खंयचे पर्टिक्युलर compound shows paramagnetism and which particular compound shows diamagnetism. Okay, next, geometrical isomers. आता isomers पळय 2018, 2024, 2025 म्हटल्यार it is almost coming, and it is almost a very important topic, that is geometrical isomers. आता थंय geometrical isomers आता कितले पळय, I will be speaking about not just geometrical isomerism. Okay, because geometrical isomer is a very important predicted topic, but अशें ना की तेच येवपा जाय. Isomerism is an important topic and that will come. That is कितें म्हणटा, आमचे दोन तरेचे आसता. एक तर आसता आमचे स्ट्रक्चरल आयझोमेरिझम आणि एक आसता आमचे ऑप्टिकल, सॉरी, एक आसता स्टिरिओ आयझोमेरिझम. सो इन द स्ट्रक्चरल आयझोमेरिझम वी आर गेटिंग सॉल्वेट, वी आर गेटिंग linkage, we are getting coordination, and we are getting one more and we are getting this solvate, linkage, आणि कितें आसा, मातशें म्हाका हेल्प करा प्लीज. ओके, आय एम व्हेरी हंग्री. 4 आसा, टोटल 4. सॉल्वेट, लिंकेज, देन आयोनिक, आणि मागीर आयोनायझेशन ते जाले, आणि लास्ट एकूच उरला. तकली येना बेगीन coordination. Okay, so हे 4 तरेचे आमच्याकडे आयझोमेरिझम आसा. They will just give you 2 particular compounds, or they will give you only 1 compound, and they will ask that which particular isomerism can be expected from this particular compound. So that is also there. And secondly, we are having stereo isomerism. Stereo isomerism आमचे 2 येता. एक तर geometrical isomerism येता, एक आमच्याकडे optical isomerism येता. So I am very like strongly okay, this prediction is good. Okay, geometrical is like very good, high prediction, but I'm also expecting a question on optical isomerism. Okay, so yeah, yes, very good. Bloodline, Aryan Gaonkar, very good. Okay, now 2026 prediction आम तुमकां सांगले already, आनी पळय थंय हांव रिपीट करिना. Now if you are moving towards organic, now actually कितें हांव organic करपा नाशिल्लो, but I am doing it because all the students are asking पयली दिसा मातशें सांग, so आमी अभ्यास करूं शकता. So organic, highly stable trend, we are having first one in haloalkanes. Haloalkanes chapter asa. Now in that chapter, what you can expect SN1 and SN2, basically reasoning चे experiment की SN1 कियाक जाता, SN2 कियाक जाता, write one expression showing SN1, SN2, or among these two, or among these group of compounds, which will undergo SN1 reaction faster, which will undergo SN2 reaction faster. हेच question येयल्यार अशेंच छापून येतले डायरेक्ट. Okay, so that also I will be giving you. Next we are having Another reaction, that is Woods and Finkelstein reaction, that is coming under name reaction. Another thing, optical activity, again from haloalkanes and haloarenes. Okay, optical activity we are getting that किती म्हणतात एका dextrorotatory, levorotatory, we'll be getting over here. Next, we are having alcohol, phenols, and ethers. In that alcohol, phenols, and ethers, we are basically expecting the dehydration mechanism. We will be expecting the Lucas test. Okay, so prediction of that. So Lucas test and phenol acidity reasoning. Phenols दितले असे 4-5 phenols दितले different लायल्ले असतले त्याचे. Okay, so the phenol basically which is having the like increasing order or decreasing order of phenol acidity, that will be coming. And Williamson synthesis, that is the prediction for alcohols and phenols. Apart from this, more things will be coming that I'll be discussing when I'll be taking the live of organic. Okay, so next is aldehyde and ketones, aldol condensation, cross aldol condensation from aldehyde ketones we are getting in 2019, 2025, and in the model paper also we are getting Grignard reagent चे reaction ते बी असा. सो ते बी आम्ही सारखे करपा जाय. ग्रिग्नार्ड रिएजंटचे आयडोफॉर्म आयोडीनचे एडिशन ऑफ आयोडीन and making the iodoalkanes and all that we are getting in 2024, 2025 and model. Okay, next is amine. So in amines what we can expect? Okay, so it is कार्बिलामाइन. शुअर म्हाका तर अशें स्ट्रॉंग गट फिलींग आसा की कार्बिलामाइन रिएक्शन तर येतलेच म्हणून. ओके, आतां येवंक ना मागीर ते चॅटान येवन सांगतले सर तुजे पेजिचेर रॉंग जाले करते मागीर आपण अभ्यास करिना. मागीर हॉफमॅन ब्रोमोबायड डिग्रेडेशन. ओके, sir didn't understood aldol condensation. I'll be explaining in the organic class घेतलो पळय तेन्ना मातशें हांव काडून बी अशें नाल्यार रिएक्शन घालतना एक्सप्लेन करतलो. बिकॉज कितें जाणा, आतां जर हांव बरोवन एक्सप्लेन करपाक गेलो पळय देन द इट बिकम्स अ व्हेरी बिग थिंग. सो इट इज लायक जस्ट आय एम बीइंग लायक आय एम गिविंग गायडन्स what you should do. Okay, so Hoffman bromide degradation, sure I am expecting from amines. These two are like very like असे मोगाचे मातशे. Okay, then basic strength order, that also I am expecting. It is coming 1 mark. Okay, this is also 1 mark, and this is 1 mark. And then diazonium reaction, these are coming for like 2 marks or 3 marks because these are coming under the ABCD ROMAT. ABCD, A to B, B to C, मागीर थंय आनी full on chill. Okay, next we are having 2026 organic prediction. A prediction कितें आसा, name reaction तर आसाच, that is कार्बिलामाइन reaction एक आसूं शकता, or we can Hoffman bromide degradation we can get. Next we are having mechanism, that is not mechanism, we will get basically the reasoning, that is for like A to B ki jata, and if we are adding so and so compound, so and so catalyst, so and so reagent to a amine, then what I will get. Or reasoning आणि एक असा की increasing order कित्याक जाता, decreasing order कित्याक असा amine चे, and basically increasing order जाता ते आमकां खबर आसता कित्याक जाता, primary amine secondary तशी, but why it is happening, that is the reasoning they will be asking, and you have to write it. And one multi-step conversion they तुमकां सांगला, A to B, B to C and C to D. Okay, next is one major product identification, that is what I told you, that एक आम्ही हे जर आम्ही amine घेता, okay, in that amine we are adding so and so NaOH, मागीर कितें मेळटा आमकां. So that these are like very simple questions. This will be coming for 1 mark or 2 marks maximum. Then biomolecules, very scoring chapter. Biomolecules तुम्ही सारखे अभ्यास करपाचे हा, तुमकां सांगता मागीर सांगता की खंयचे. आतां थोडी भुरगीं आसतलीं पळय, हांव फ्रँकली सांगता, दीस पीपल वील बी लायक हांव कसोय करून पास जाल्यार पुरो. दॅट इज वॉट दे आर हॅव्हिंग इन मायंड की म्हाका पास जावपा जाय. आनी पास जावपा खातीर मिनिमम तुवें टार्गेट म्हटल्यार दवरपा जाय की आपणाक 15 तरी पडपा जाय. ओके, जाल्यार हांव पास जातलो ऑर जातलें. जाल्यार हांव तुमकां सांगतलो की खंयचे एक्चुअली चॅप्टर्स वी कॅन लिटरली फोकस आनी खंयचे क्वेश्चन्स वी कॅन फोकस, सो दॅट ते 15 मार्क्स शुअर पॉकेटान गेले तशें. ओके, सो दॅट इज वाय आय एम टेकिंग दीस लायफ, not to teach you in detail but to give you certain sort of strategy and guidance की तुम्ही कितें शिकोवं शकता. आतां कितें शिकयल्लो तुमकां हांव, आतां शिकपाचें तुमचें काम, मेहनत करपाचें तुमी आतां. ओके, देन द क्वेश्चन्स which are repeated in biomolecules. ओके, पासिंग 14 दिसता रे, पूण ते धरू नाका तूं 15 16 20 25 घे मरे. पासिंग कितें घेवन बसला. ओके, घे मरे न्हू, घे मगो, बाय समृद्धी, गड मगो. Okay, biomolecules repeated we are having DNA versus RNA. it has come for all years, like literally all years. Then we are having vitamin deficiency, all years question. Vitamin A खाऊंक ना जाल्यार कितें जालें? Vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin K is my favorite. Okay, vitamin K येवंक जाय, मजा येतली. ओके, सो देन वी हॅव्हिंग प्रोटीन स्ट्रक्चर लेवल्स. खंयचे खंयचे प्रोटीन स्ट्रक्चर आसा? फायब्रस प्रोटीन, ग्लोब्युलर प्रोटीन. कित्याक ताका फायब्रस म्हणटा? वाय दे आर फायब्रस? वॉट इज डिफरन्स बी येवं शकता. डिफरन्शिएट बिटवीन फायब्रस प्रोटीन एंड ग्लोब्युलर प्रोटीन, ते बी तुम्ही अभ्यास करा, बिकॉज इट इज बीन रिपीटेड इन द न्यूअर मॉडल्स. नवीन नवीन मॉडल आसा पेपरचे ते रिपीट जाला. कार्बोहायड्रेट स्ट्रक्चर आसा. वी आर हॅव्हिंग डायसॅकरायड, वी आर हॅव्हिंग मोनोसॅकरायड, डायसॅकरायड, पॉलिसॅकरायड. मागीर कार्बोहायड्रेट स्ट्रक्चरान आमचे येता फ्रुक्टोज येता, ग्लुकोज येता, गॅलेक्टोज येता, ग्लायसिन येता. ऑल दीज वी आर गेटिंग शुगर 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 शुगर. असे दाणे दाणे घालून करता जाणा तुम्ही ते बी हांव तुमकां दाखयतलो कितें काडपाचें ते. ओके, सो इट इज ऑल्सो रिपीटेड, बट नॉट ऑलवेज रिपीटेड, बट आय फील इट शुड कम. ओके, ड्रॉ द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ ग्लुकोज, अल्फा डी ग्लुकोज, बीटा डी फ्रुक्टोज, तसले. सो ते तुम्ही पट्ट्यो मारून ते करता जाणा OH, OHH, C2, CH2OH, CHO, that you have to do. Okay, fine. Next, we are having the predictions. One difference question, DNA versus RNA. One vitamin MCQ, that is, or very short answer. MCQ म्हटल्यार only one option you have to select. Very short answer म्हटल्यार you have to write one word answer, or at least like 1-2 words answer. That is very short answer. That is possibly one carbohydrate structure. That is, I told you, structure of glucose, fructose. Okay, these structures. पट्टे मारून म्हणल्यार कळ्ळें मरे. Now, section 1, high probability chapters, we are having solutions, electrochemistry, and chemical kinetics, coordination, compound. So basically these 4 chapters, what are there now? These are having the most most part of your paper. This is nearly 40 marks, not actually 40 marks, because as per how it has been given, सदांच ते सारखे तशेच सेट जायना, मातशे वयर सकल जाता. So note down this chapter, solution, electrochemistry, हे 3 आसा पळय, solutions, electrochemistry and chemical kinetics. These chapters are your like numerical, like physical chemistry. This physical chemistry कितें जाताले की त्रास जाता अशें आमकां, प्रॉब्लम फॉर्म्युला याद उरना, सॉल्व करपा येना. I will today show you the step by step things how you can follow it, and मागीर तुमकां ते प्रॉब्लम्स बी दिसतले हांगा, that you can follow. कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाउंड कितें आसा? VBT आसा, शुअर क्वेश्चन. आणि मागीर नॉमेनक्लेचर आसा, शुअर क्वेश्चन. आणि मागीर आनी कितें बारीकशे क्वेश्चन आसतले, बारीक बारीकशे. ओके, सो हे तुमकां हांगा म्हाका हांव सांगता, एक कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाउंडान तुमकां एटलीस्ट 5 तर पडपा जाय. केमिकल कायनेटिक्सान तुमकां एटलीस्ट आनी एक 5 पडले समज. इलेक्ट्रोकेमिस्ट्री आनी 5 पडले समज, आनी सोल्युशन आनी 5 पडले समज. हांगाच तुमचे कितले मार्क्स जाले? 20 मार्क हांगाच जाले, 5 जाले. 5 जातले हे सारखे केल्यार. ओके, सो दॅट इज देर. सांगले मरे, सांगले मगो संजना. 20 मार्क्स शुअर पळय हांगाच आसा. 20 मार्क्स शुअर हे केले जाले. ओके, फाल्यां कोणाक कसलो पेपर आसा? वीच पेपर यू आर हॅव्हिंग? येस, वीच पेपर यू आर हॅव्हिंग? सर 21 फेब घे क्लास. 21 फेब आय विल सी. 21 फेब 21, करेक्ट 21 मोस्टली आय विल बी टेकिंग 21. 22 पळोवया, बिकॉज 23rd पेपर आसा न्ही. तुमी अभ्यास करा. YouTube लायव्ह बीन करून कितें फायदो ना एक्चुअली पळोवंक गेल्यार. 22 ओके, तुमी अभ्यास करपा जाय. तुमी हांगा येवन बेश्टे हांगा लडकीबाजी आनी लडकाबाजी करतली तशें बंद न्हू तें. ओके, अभ्यास करपा जाय. प्रायोरिटी 2, वी आर हॅव्हिंग स्कोरिंग ऑर्गॅनिक ब्लॉक. ओके, स्कोरिंग ऑर्गॅनिक ब्लॉक म्हणजे कित्याक सांगता हांव स्कोरिंग ऑर्गॅनिक ब्लॉक? बिकॉज एवरी टायम द क्वेश्चन्स आर रिपीटेड. ओके, एवरी टायम म्हटल्यार एवरी टायम. ओके, रिपीटेड म्हटल्यार कितें आसा की सामके तेच क्वेश्चन काडटा आनी घालता. इवन द रिएक्शन्स आसा पळय, अशे एक पेपरासून अशे येता रिएक्शन, आनी दुसऱ्या पेपरान अशे उडयता. कळ्ळें? सो दिस मच इट इज. सो दॅट्स वाय इट इज स्कोरिंग ऑर्गॅनिक ब्लॉक, बिकॉज क्वेश्चन रिपीट जाता. हेलो अल्केन्स, हेलो अरिन्स, अल्कोहॉल, फिनॉल्स, इथर्स, अल्डिहाइड्स, कीटोन्स एंड अमाइन्स. रिपीट म्हटल्यार रिपीट. आता तुमकां कित्याक सांगता हांव कार्बिलमाइन बरें दिसता, एवरी टायम विचारता. हॉफमॅन ब्रोमामाइड कित्याक हांव म्हणटा, ओ माय गॉड, सो क्यूट. ओके, नाव पळय, हॉफमॅन ब्रोमामाइड डिग्रेडेशन. ओके, एवरी टायम दे आर आस्किंग. सो दीज थिंग्स वीच आर रिपीटेड वी कॅन जस्ट प्रेडिक्ट इट. एंड नेम रिएक्शन आसा. प्रायोरिटी 3, शॉर्ट आन्सर बुस्टर्स. ओके, शॉर्ट आन्सर कितें आसा, बारीक बारीक तुमी आन्सर कितें अशें थियरी याद करून येयले, मातशें थंय लेंथेनॉट कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन. मागीर कितें आसता, वी आर हॅव्हिंग फॉर EMF of the cell, what is EMF, what is molecularity, what is order of a reaction, what is rate of a reaction. हे सगळे बारीक बारीक चिल्लर. Okay, these questions are chiller questions, and these can come for basically 1 or 2 marks. But the 1 or 2 marks also matters, no? Some student has got only 12 marks, and then later on he or she wants 2 marks. आणि त्याने लेंथ अँड कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन भरले विथ एक्झाम्पल 2 मार्क मिळाले का, झाले पावले स्वर्गात. ओके, म्हटलं असे जिथे राहूनच. सो डी एन एफ ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स बायोमॉलिक्युल्स यू कॅन एक्सपेक्ट, आणि 7 मार्क्सा खातीर आसा ते. सो 7 7 14 हांगाच आसा. हे दोन्ही सारखे गेल्यार झाले मरे. केमिस्ट्रीन फेल जावपाची शक्यत ना, बिकॉज 10 चॅप्टर्स, इवन वन सिंगल चॅप्टर इज फॉर 7 मार्क्स अँड मोर दॅन दॅट 2 7 7 और 3 चॅप्टरा बी सारखे तुम्ही परफेक्ट केले पळय, 3च चॅप्टर, पास तर जातलीच तुम्ही. ओके, पास तर जावपाकूच जाय. ओके, केमिस्ट्री चिल्लरूच रे, सायक्लॉप्स. ओके, फायन. नाव priority 3 झाले easy scoring. Then we are having most expected questions for 2026. Okay. Let me see तुम्ही किती किती म्हणता ते. सुश ASV classes वर waste of money. कोण गो ASV? Who are ASV? म्हाकाच म्हणटा कितें गो? आणि कोण म्हणटा? हा, रख ना मॅच. चॉकलेट लाइन चॉकलेट डेरी मिल्क. येस, सचिन मयेकर. फाल्यां मरे ऑर्गॅनिक घेतलो मरे, आणि ते ABCD आसता पळय, ABCD म्हटल्यार 4 मार्क्साक येता, ABC म्हटल्यार 3 मार्क्साक येता. दॅट आय विल बी डुईंग. आरुष बिर्याणी सर, बिर्याणी ना रे बाबा, बिर्याणी ना. आय एम जस्ट हंग्री. I've been taking classes from the afternoon, so I didn't have properly food. Goan Army Gaming, he's saying that, sir, I got 60 percentile in JEE, maka admission gautले. No, you will not get in GEC. Private and biris ka. Next attempt कर. 75 over card. My one student got, I guess, 75. So I told him to attempt again. And one of my student got 95. But still I told her that 95 is not okay. I want more than that. साम के टॉर्चर मजा येता. हा, व्हेरी गुड. नमाज पडको काय येणार रे. व्हेरी गुड. देवाक याद करपाचे रे. देवाक याद केल्यार पेपर बरो वयता. ASV क्लासीस म्हाका खबर ना रे, हांव कोणाच्या नांवां बीन घेना. माझे केस घालूंगा. पयलींच पयशे ना. ओके, कंपा गोला. Fine. So yes, Soham, you can, if you follow my video, and if you follow म्हणल्यार बेश्टे तूं आतां हांवें जे दाखयला पळय ते न्युमेरिकल तुवें स्वता सॉल्व करपा जाय. जे हांव दितलो पळय ते तुवें बी ट्राय करपा जाय, तेन्ना तुजे स्कोर जातले. तूं फक्त हांगा व्हिडिओ पळयत रावलो आनी सॉल्व करूना मागीर जावचें ना बाबा. In the board exam, our internal and external marks added together for passing theory paper. Theory पेपरा तुका इंटरनल म्हटल्यार बोर्ड एग्जामीच्या पेपरान सेपरेट पास जावपा जाय. पासिंग मार्क असता ते पास जावपा जाय. ते पास जाले उपरांत मागीर इंटरनल्स घालून तुजे मार्क्स वाडटा फक्त. ओके, पूण तूं बोर्डान जर फेल जालो आनी इंटरनल्स एड करून पास जायना. सर, जंक बरें न्हू. आसूं, हांव खावनी, तुमी खावं नाका. ओके, डोंट ईट जंक फूड. आय डोंट सपोर्ट this junk food. Okay, I'm not promoting. Nobody should eat. Let me eat, let me die. So here, solution: osmotic pressure numerical. We are getting sure 110% osmotic pressure numerical in your chemistry paper. Okay, elevation of boiling point numerical, it is like 60-70%, but osmotic pressure is 100%. Next, Raoult's law graph is 100%. That you will get positive deviation, negative deviation, or ideal guess. Okay, next you are having azeotrope definition and type. कितले तरेचे azeotrope फॉर्म जाता? 2 तरेचे जाता, मिनिमम बॉइलिंग, मॅक्सिमम बॉइलिंग. कित्याक जाता, कशें जाता, कित्याक जाता, ते कितें करता, आणि actually based applicative questions also we can expect on azeotrope definition. Magir electrochemistry EMF calculation using Nernst equation, sure shot. Okay, sure. That I'll be solving. EMF calculation using Nernst equation, delta G naught calculation, Gibbs free energy calculation. Maybe EMF is asa, but this is more predictable. EMF calculation, hydrogen oxygen fuel cell diagram. Okay, आता किती असा every year हे repeat झाला fuel cell diagram. So I am expecting that the hydrogen oxygen fuel cell चे जाग्यार they should give you the diagram of lead storage battery. Difficult असा मातशें diagram, but worth it drawing. म्हाका येयल्लें मरे 2015 lead storage battery हांवें काडलेलें, तुमी कित्याक काडूं शकना? You people are smarter than me. Okay. Then Faraday's first law of electrolysis, I am expecting for 1 mark. If it is coming, Faraday's first law of electrolysis. Chemical kinetics, हे तुमकां सांगला ऑलरेडी. फर्स्ट ऑर्डर, हाफ लायफ, न्युमेरिकल आणि एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी कॅल्क्युलेशन, डेरिवेशन ऑन इंटिग्रेटेड रेट effect of catalyst on activation energy. This I am expecting a diagram, graph रहते, graph. There is a graph, no, effect of catalyst किती आता activation energy आणि under the effect of enzyme graph सकल असता, पण without the catalyst it is व्हडलो असता. तो graph, activation energy graph. Okay. Now if you're looking for DNF block, lengthenoid contraction or actinoid contraction. Lengthenoid contraction, actinoid contraction. आता फक्त असे ना की just they will ask what is lengthenoid contraction. They can ask what are the applications of lengthenoid contraction. किती जाता actually lengthenoid contraction केल्यार ते जे elements असा in that what are the benefits for us and what we can see that alloy formation बी जाता आणि ते मागीर एक specifically they will mention two of the elements of the lengthenoid contraction, zirconium and hafnium. So zirconium and hafnium किती, what is the importance of zirconium hafnium? Zirconium hafnium alloy करता आणि ते alloys मागीर separate करपाक खूप त्रास जाता. कित्याक त्रास जाता? This question they are asking for zirconium and hafnium according to lengthenoid and actinoid contraction. So color and magnetic property reasoning I told you. Then I told you ionic equation Kmn of acidic medium, chromate dichromate structure. Okay. Then this is also done. SN1, SN2, alcohol, phenols, and Williamson synthesis, phenol acidity reasoning, aldol, cross aldol, Grignard reagent, iodoform, carbylamine, Hoffman. Okay, all these things I have already told you. Now I will just go for this particular high probability. एक model paper भी तयार केला, but त्या model paper मातशे edit करपा जाय. So I can give you that model paper for solving once you are finished with this physical and organic. So परवा बीन अशें ट्राय करता मॉडल पेपर तो तुमकां दिवपा खातीर that you can solve it. So तुमचें मातशें कॉन्फिडन्स कितें जातलें, मातशें बिल्डअप जातलें कॉन्फिडन्स. ओके, सो प्रेडिक्टेड क्वेश्चन्सूच घातलेलो, कितें बेश्टें कितें घालपा ना. ओके, सायकोलॉजी लायफ नाका रे बाबा, नाका रे सायकोलॉजी लायफ, प्लीज म्हाका माफ कर. ओके, सोल्युशन्स हाय कॉन्फिडन्स झोन. फर्स्ट स्टेट रॉल्ड्स लॉ फॉर आयडियल बायनरी सोल्युशन. आयडियल बायनरी सोल्युशन म्हटल्यार तुमकां हांगा जे ग्राफ येतले पळय ते स्ट्रेट येतले, सामके अशे. it will not be having any deviation, अशे वयर सकयल हे काय ना. Okay, that is ideal. Explain positive deviation from Raoult's law with example. Explain negative deviation with example. Define azeotrope. State type formed by positive deviation. So draw graph showing vapor pressure versus mole fraction ideal solution. Derive expression for elevation of boiling point. Derive very rare this question. A non-volatile solute elevates boiling point by 0.52. Calculate the molar mass. Yeah, असा आमचे next PDF आसा. Calculate osmotic pressure of solution at given temperature. What is Vent off factor? Definition, basic definition. And how is reverse osmosis with diagram? So here diagram asa pa reverse osmosis. That is also I am expecting from the chapter solutions. Reverse osmosis to taki kaso diagram asa pa semi-permeable membrane. That is also I am expecting for this particular paper. Okay. Yes, live will be available to watch on my channel. If you want to go, you can leave and you can watch later on. Okay. No problem. हांव कित्याक घेता, म्हाजें मातशें लोड कमी जाता न्ही म्हणून घेता बेगीन आनी सोंपयता. बिकॉज लेटर ऑन आय एम हॅविंग क्लासीस फॉर 9th स्टँडर्ड एंड 10th स्टँडर्ड ऑल्सो. ते आनी भुरगे तुमी जाणा मरे 9th आनी 10th चे भुरगे सामके खूश भुरगे, सामके chill. Electrochemistry state Faraday's first law of electrolysis 1 mark. Write Nernst equation and explain the terms 2 marks. Calculate EMF of the cell at 298 Kelvin using Nernst equation 2 marks. Calculate delta G naught from EMF, again 2 marks. Draw neat label diagram of hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, it will come for 3 marks. And write electrode reaction for the fuel cell, that will also come for 2 marks. Where whenever you are writing this, whenever you are drawing a diagram for hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, you have to write the reaction also, huh? Whenever you are drawing the Daniel cell, you have to write the reaction. At cathode kiya jata, at anode kiya jata. Whenever you are drawing the diagram for the lead storage battery, you have to write what are the reactions happening at cathode and at anode. Whenever you are drawing the diagram for the Leclanche cell or dry cell, that time also you have to write ki at anode reaction kiya jata, at cathode reaction kiya jata. Along with oxidation reduction, you have to write the reaction with the molecules. Okay, understood? So that is very much important. Magir, define molar conductivity. Usually vicharina, but I am very strongly expecting this question. Define molar conductivity, or I am expecting the question that is find the molar conductivity. Numerical I am expecting, which is like खूपशे burgi expect करी ना कि numerical echelon. I am expecting molar conductivity. State Corral's law of independent migration of ions. This is just a definition you have to write. Then why does conductivity decrease on dilution? This question is also applicative question for 1 mark that you can expect. Write complete ionic equation for oxidation of Fe2 plus by acidified KMnO4. Okay, that question also I am expecting. Next one, we are having chemical kinetics. Now if you are looking for chemical kinetics, then there are lots of the questions what you can expect. Mobile. Okay, so if you look for chemical kinetics, we are having define order and molecularity of reaction. That is for definition. Define order, or they might ask define molecularity of reaction. This can come for 1 marks, but either one only question might come, not both the questions. Define integrated rate equation for first order reaction and derive integrated rate equation for zero order reaction. Then we're having define half-life and derive the half-life expression for the first order. Again, same thing. A first order reaction is 75% complete in 40 minutes. Calculate the half-life. So T half tumka calculate karpa jai. Okay. Lead storage battery diagram चढ टफ मरे. टफ ना रे बाबा, तो प्रॅक्टिस कर मरे. 5 दिवस तुझ्याकडे प्रॅक्टिस कर. Anything is possible, man. You have to put in efforts. जाता ते. जाय नसले जाल्यार ते घालचे नसले न्हू एक्झामीन. Then we are having right Arrhenius equation. That Arrhenius equation for the activation energy. This can come for just writing the Arrhenius equation, or you can basically get a 2 marks numerical of EA activation energy find करपाक. मागीर पळय हांगा तसा question calculate activation energy when rate doubles with 10k rise. Okay. Then what is the effect of catalyst on activation energy? Define rate law and rate constant using of rate constant for the first and second order reaction. Also, one more question I'm telling you in this particular thing is that I am expecting 1 second. Huh? Hello. Okay. So next thing, what I am expecting, the question I told you, the activation energy te ale. Magir, what is the effect of catalyst on activation energy? This is the graph. Or they can ask a question कि catalyst use केल्यार activation energy किती जाता? Activation energy सदांच ती कमी जाता, कमी utilize जाता, because catalyst use केल्यार the reaction start जावपाक आमकां चड त्रास लागना. It starts at a very fast speed. So define rate law and rate constant, units of rate constant for the first and second order reactions. These are the units that I'm expecting for MCQ. Okay, what is the unit of first order reaction? What is the unit of second order reaction? These things I'm expecting for a paper. Next, DNF block elements. What is lanthanoid contraction? Right, two consequences. What is the lanthanol? Right, two consequences. Why zinc 2 plus is colorless but copper 2 is colored? Very important question. What we are having. Which ions are paramagnetic? Chromium 3 plus, zinc 2 plus, nickel 2 plus, and scandium 3 plus. You have to not just tell it, but you have to justify it. That's why it will be coming for 2 marks. Okay, write the structure of chromate ion, write the structure of dichromate ion, write ionic equation for conversion of dichromate to chromate. Why do transition metals form colored compounds? This is a very important question to be asked in your paper. Why do transition metals form complexes? Okay, like multiple, like many complexes. Why they form many complexes? Why actinoid contraction is greater than lanthanoid contraction? This is also a question that I am expecting in your paper. Why zirconium and hafnium have similar atomic radii? Okay, that is also a very important question. Next, coordination compounds. We are having IUPAC name of these questions. Like I have put that the IUPAC name of this cobalt NH36 and Cl3. Can anybody tell me what is the name of the first one? Right, IUPAC name of this cobalt NH36 and Cl3. Very easy. Tak करून येऊन जाय. सामके easy. Please tell me. Begin. Begin now सांगा. Type करा मातशे. Now. Now type करा. Begin. I'm कुरकुरे खाता. Hexamine cobalt 3 chloride. Absolutely correct. आता ते कित्याक आसा? When I will be solving, no, then I'll let you know. सर सभा रोजा है कि नहीं? मुझे क्या मालूम? चांद दिखा नहीं. चांद दिखा तो not possible. I don't know. You let me know. मैं तो वैसा भी सही कर को सोऊंगा. Okay. Next. Reduce the hybridization and magnetic property of FeCN63. ह्याचे नाव कितें? कोण सांगू शकता? सांगा तुम्ही. टाइप करीत राहा. I'll just see. Then deduce the geometry of NiCO4. You have to write the geometry of this. How we will geometry using VBT? All these are basically based on VBT. Draw the geometrical isomers of cobalt NH3 and chloride. Geometrical isomers. Now, what are the geometrical isomers you can get for this? You have to draw it. Define coordination number and oxidation state. What are homoleptic and heteroleptic complexes? What is different between facial and this mer isomers? So meridian. So basically we are just expecting it to be a one line answer. Okay, facial and meridian questions. Very good. Kon kon sangla? Adrian, very good. Then we are having Shivam Pal, very good. Then Thunder Gaming, pentamine, cobalt 3 chloride. Pentamine shillar to 6 mare baba. Hexamine. Hexamine, yes. Carbon disoos, very good. Then we are having Vaishnavi, hexacyanido ion 3. Kalo. Hexacyanido. Because it is totally having the charge. Okay, good. Then we are having potassium hexacyanoferrate 3. Very good. Okay. ए सूज तू स्पॅम कर नाका कितें प्लीज सर सायकोलॉजी कितें गो बाय सायकोलॉजी कितें सायकल सायक सायकोलॉजी कोणाक जाय कितें. संजना मांबरे. सर, I have solved Rajan's preparatory of all paper तातून पास जाता 24 to 29 पडटा विलाय पास इन बोर्ड. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that also. Rajan's बी question आसता पूण मातशे answers check करा. Rajan's is having very printing mistakes. Like every set is having printing mistake of Rajan's. Mostly what I have gone through. Okay. It is having a printing mistake in putting like numericals and all. Maybe तेंच्यानी सारखे दिल्ले पूण ते प्रिंटिंग करताना मिस्टेक जाता. सो इट इज हॅव्हिंग प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक्स आणि तुम्ही मिस्टेक करू नका ती. तुम्ही चेक करा सारखे. हॅलो अल्केन्स अँड हॅलो अरिन्स. Explain SN1 and SN2 reaction with example. Why tertiary alkyl halides undergo SN1 faster? This is the reasoning I was talking about. Why tertiary alkyl halides undergoes reasoning SN1 faster. So ashe आता, or they directly give you a tertiary alkyl halide and you give your secondary alkyl halide, and they ask you which among these two undergoes SN1 reaction faster. So that is also there. Right, Woods reaction असा ते तुम्ही करपाक सारखेच करा. Woods reaction. And again, right, Finkelstein reaction, optical activity in alkyl halides. That is the basic concept that you can do of optical activity. Ki optical activity kide aata, what is actually the meaning of optical activity, and if it is happening, then what are the advantages and what are the applications we can get from this optical activity. Certain barik गोष्टी असतात पळय ते सारखे अभ्यास करपा जाय. Okay, alcohol, phenols and ethers. Why phenol is more acidic than alcohol? 1 mark question. Why phenol is more acidic than alcohol? 1 mark question. Write Williamson synthesis of ether. येवपाकूच जाय. विलियमसन सिंथेसिस ऑफ इथर. आता अशें म्हणिना की अशें स्ट्रेट क्वेश्चन येवपा जाय. ऑर्गॅनिकचे जेन्ना हांव उलयता पळय, आय विल नेवर स्पीक लायक दीस की बाबा हा अशें डायरेक्टून येवंक जाय, हे येवंक जाय. आय एम स्पीकिंग अबाउट ऑर्गॅनिक, एंड दॅट इज की ते ABCD असता पळय, तातून सुद्धा ते A to B एक विलियमसन रिएक्शन असू शकता. B to C can be some other reaction. So it is like organic जेन्ना तुम्ही अभ्यास करता, तुमकां जे इम्पॉर्टंट नेम रिएक्शन्स हांव दितलो पळय, ते नेम रिएक्शन्स तुम्ही सारखे अभ्यास करपा जाय. लायक A इज युअर रिएक्टंट, देन B इज युअर प्रॉडक्ट, आणि मदीं जे हे आसता पळय कॅटलिस्ट, ताका C म्हणून घाला तुम्ही. सो ABC तशें तुम्ही याद दवरपा जाय. विलियमसन ABC कितें आसा? रिएक्टंट सो एंड सो, कॅटलिस्ट सो एंड प्रॉडक्ट सो एंड सो. सो ते तुमकां खबर आसपाक जाय रिएजंट वांगडा. तेन्ना तुमकां याद उरतलें तें. Write dehydration of alcohols at 413 Kelvin. Distinguish between primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohol using Lucas test. Okay. Next, we are having aldehydes, ketones, and acid. Right? Aldol condensation. Explain iodoform test. हे सगळे केला तुमकां सांगला हांवें. Cannizzaro reaction. हे एक सारखे करा. Cannizzaro reaction. ते करपा जाय म्हणल्यार करपा जाय. Okay. या लॉजिकल ऑर्गॅनिक हांव करतलो सांगलें मरे. फाल्यां बी अशें ऑर्गॅनिक करतलो हांव. टुडे नॉट पॉसिबल. टुडे आय विल जस्ट शोइंग यू द प्रॉब्लेम्स, न्यूमेरिकल्स. ते तुम्ही पळोवंक शकता. आय विल जस्ट एक्सप्लेनिंग हाऊ द सोल्युशन इज बीइंग डन. Now, next is amines. Amines and carbylamine, Hoffman bromide. Arrange amines in basic strength question. Diazonization reaction. Conversion of aniline to benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, so हे सगळे बारीक reactions असा which are asked for 1 or 2 marks. Okay. Biomolecules differentiate between DNA and RNA. What is denaturation of protein? That is also. Then one more in biomolecules, I am expecting the question, what are reducing sugars? Okay, in your paper 2026 chemistry, what are reducing sugars, or what do you mean by reducing sugars? Like topic related to reducing sugars. Define essential amino acids. Write structure of glycine. I'm not expecting this question, but still you can do it. Write the structure of glycine. Write open chain structure of glucose. Name vitamin responsible for blood clotting. Sanga bhaya, which vitamin is responsible for blood clotting? सांग मरे. तुमकां अशें क्वेश्चन विचारतना हांव कितें खाता मागीर हांगा बारीक बेगीन सांगा प्लीज. स्क्रीन के आलं रे शी. No, something happened with this thing. Useless. At least the PDF तरी complete करता आला मरे. Wait, let me check with this one. Okay, let me just go to the PC and check. किती आले पार पडले. झाले बरे. निस्ता. के झाले गो बोल ना. फालतू पण आवडे. Shit, पोलीस मला पकडायला लागले आणि फालतू पण आता मरे YouTube. कोण तो ओनर आहे युट्यूबचा? फालतू कसलो. Okay, fine. Without wasting our time, we'll do it. Then we are having conversion हे झाले biomolecules questions किती असा expected. We are having differentiate between DNA and RNA expected question. What is denaturation of protein? Then define essential amino acid structure. Okay. Vitamin तुम्ही सांगलेलं बरं मका परत फाटी गेलो. Vitamin K. Okay, that is responsible for the blood clotting. And what is peptide linkage? Now final filter, if you are putting it for, then we are getting this particular questions who just want to pass म्हणता म्हणे असले भुरगे असता पळय तांकां फक्त पास जावपा जाय. ओके, आणि कांयच नाका तांकां लायफान. सो these people they can follow these things. ओके, that is first order half life न्युमेरिकल करपाचे सॉल्व करपाक तुमकां येवंक जाय. अशें ना की तुमकां सॉल्व करपाकूच येना अशें आसपा जायना. यू आर इन 12th स्टँडर्ड मॅन. ओके, येवपाक जाय. EMF कॅल्क्युलेशन तुमकां करपाक येवंक जाय. ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर न्युमेरिकल असता 3 मार्का खातीर, 2 मार्का खातीर. लॅन्थनॉइड कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन कितें तें बरोवपाक येवंक जाय. IUPAC नेमिंग तरी करपाक येवंक जाय ऑफ द कंपाउंड्स. हायब्रिडायझेशन BBT, SN1 SN2 अल्डोल कंडेन्सेशन क्रॉस अल्डोल कंडेन्सेशन रिएक्शन जर विचारला तुमकां करपाक येवंक जाय. ग्रीनार्ड रिएजन, कार्बिलामाइन, हॉफमॅन ब्रोमाइड, DNA वर्सीस RNA, फ्यूल सेल डायग्राम, एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी, डायक्रोमेट आयोनिक इक्वेशन हे तुमकां करपाक येवंक जाय. आणि जे चड तुम्ही डायग्रामचेर फोकस करता म्हणटा देन लेड स्टोरेज बॅटरी यू फोकस. Then you focus on reverse osmosis, you focus on this fuel cell diagram, you can focus on activation energy graph. These things you can do it. Okay, fine. So these are statistically strong as per the analysis. So I guess this particular PDF is over about how we are predicting the questions for the for your board exam chemistry paper. Now we can move on to the actual PDF of physical chemistry, wherein we are having lots of numericals. Solve करपाचे हांव सॉल्व करपाना. न्युमेरिकल्स हांवें लिटरली थंय स्टेप बाय स्टेप घातला की जर हो न्युमेरिकल तुमकां येलो जाल्यार तुमी खंयचो फॉर्म्युला यूज करतले and then which particular, like what steps you will be following for the calculation, how you can get your answer effectively. Okay, fine. So let us do that. कितें करता रे ते? So this PDF is also again a very big PDF, so I will try to finish it as soon as possible. Now we are having this particular PDF wherein I am having three chapters in this, and in these three chapters there are numericals. Basically, I numericals चे focus केला from all these three chapters, because numerical in from this three chapter will be coming only योपाकूच जाय. So in this, if you are talking about the numericals, first chapter asa from the chapter solutions. Okay, so this is having literally, I guess, I don't know, like 13 14 very handpicked numericals for your Goa board exam, because from this particular topic only you will get the numericals. Now the first question what we are having, I will just show you step by step calculation how you can do it. You can note it down, you can note this particular question, and you can also write it down in your book and solve it step by step how I am explaining, so that तुमका ते याद उरपा जाय की आपण किती करता ते. Okay, so करूया चालू. Let us start. भूक लागला ना रे. Okay, fine. First question asa, this particular question is related to, not related to, it is from the topic of osmotic pressure. Now you are getting the question, calculate osmotic pressure of 5% weight by volume urea solution at 27 degrees Celsius. याचे पहिली क्वेश्चन आशिल्ले ते खंय गेले म्हाका खबर ना, कशे ते omit झाले ते. Fine. Molar mass is given, that is 60 gram per mole, and the gas constant is also given, that is 0.083 liter bar per mole per Kelvin. Now आमकां आतां solve करपाक first you need to write what is given. ओके, हांवें कशें दिला पळय तशेंच तुमी सॉल्व करपाचे एग्जामीन आपले. ओके, फर्स्ट वन तुमकां बरोवपा जाय की वॉट इज गिवन, देन यू हॅव टू इलॅबोरेट दीस थिंग. युरियाचे बद्दल दिला पळय तेंच्यांनी, युरिया पळय, युरिया सोल्युशन. सो युरिया कितले 5% वेट बाय वॉल्यूम आसा. सो 5% वेट बाय वॉल्यूम आय हॅव टू कन्वर्ट इट इंटू ml ऑफ सोल्युशन. देन आय विल बी डुईंग 5 ग्राम इंटू 100 ml ऑफ सोल्युशन. So weight of the solute will become 5 grams, and we are having the mass of molar mass of the solute, that is 60, जे आमका already तेंच्यांनी दिला. Then we are having the volume, which is given, that is 100 ml, which can be written as 0.1 liter. Now ते कशे येले ते तुमका खबर आसपा जाय. ओके, कशे येले म्हाका सांगा पळया, तुम्ही चॅटान सांगा, how you got 0.1 liter. ग्रेस मार्क्स म्हाका खबर ना आसा की ना ते, पण घातले जाल्यार आय डोंट नो. ओके, then basically they have given us temperature, that is 27 degrees Celsius. Convert this into Kelvin. Okay, आता कोणी सांगले म्हाका, yes, 100 upon 1000, that is 0.1. Very good. Why it is 1000, थोडे भुरग्यांक हे बी खबर आसचे ना. Okay, why we are doing it 1000, because we are converting ml into liter. So we are doing 100 upon 1000. Okay, okay, जाता मागीर हे हांगा शिफ्ट जाता. So 0.1 लिटर. थोड्या भुरग्यांक खरें सांगता हे सुद्धा तेंका अशे आबूज जाता, ते याद उरना तेंका मे बी. So then we have temperature 27 degrees Celsius. Now this particular temperature you have to convert it into 27 plus 270, that is 300 Kelvin. आता तुम्ही म्हाका विचारतले की सर why are you doing so basic calculations and showing us. ओके, खूप जाणांक आसतले हे क्वेश्चन, म्हणल्यार खूप हुशार भुरगीं आसा पळय, जी शाणी आसा, अभ्यास करता, टायमार अभ्यास करता, तेंकां हे खबर आसता. बट जी भुरगीं लास्ट मोमेंटाक रावता पळय, फूल वर्स लडकीबाजी लडकाबाजी तशें करता, टायमपास करता पळय, तेंकां मागीर लास्ट मोमेंटार याद उरना, तेंकां खबर आसना. दॅट्स वाय आय एम सॉल्विंग इट फॉर यू ऑल. ओके, सो देन दीस इज अ गॅस कॉन्स्टंट वी आर हॅव्हिंग, ते दिलेले आसता ते. सो 0.083. आता हाऊ टू सॉल्व इट, स्टेप बाय स्टेप सांगता. सो हेच स्टेप्स तुम्ही फॉलो करप, एंड मागीर जेन्ना असले क्वेश्चन येतले पळय, सेम सिमिलर स्टेप्स यू हॅव टू फॉलो. नाव वी हॅव्हिंग स्टेप 1, that is formula. What is the formula we are getting for osmotic pressure? We are using this pi is equal to number of moles upon volume into gas constant into temperature. This can be also written as CRT, but C and the expand केला हांगा. ओके, आणि कोण सांगतालो गुगल आन्सर म्हणून, गुगलान अशें दिना बाबा, n upon v rt दिना, CRT दिता. ओके, So calculate moles, number of moles. We are having the weight of given weight of the solute, and we are having the molar mass of the solute, that is 5 upon 60. We are getting 0.083 moles. कळलं तुमका? That is number of moles. How we are calculating number of moles? Weight, given weight upon molar mass. Okay. So given mass upon molar mass. So given mass is 5 grams and 60 grams is the molar mass. तेका divide केल्या उपरांत आमका 0.0833 मेळटा. And step 3 is substituting the value here in the formula. What's the formula asa pay hanga? This formula. So pi is equal to n upon v rt. So we are just substituting that values what we have got for this into the formula. That age value asa pay 0.0833. It is the value of n, and this is the value of v, what is the volume, and this is the value of r, and this is the temperature T. So हे सगळे आम्ही substitute केले. Then you have to do the calculation, and once you are doing the calculation, तुम्ही हे simple calculation असा, I will not suggest you to use logbook over here. करता जाल्यार बरें आसा, करा तुम्ही, no problem. But if you can directly do the calculation based on just like your mathematical skills, you can do it, because logbook use करून गेला time वयतले तुमचे खूप. So ते जावपा जायना. So then you are solving it, doing the calculation, and you're getting the answer. That time you are getting the answer in terms of bars. Okay. And then you have to basically box your answer like this, or you have to do that, don't know line ashe marta kide karta, or you have to write that the osmotic pressure what we have getting here is 20.75 bar, or yeah, bars. Understood? Who has any difficulty in this particular? Because यात चड ना अशे means एक pattern असा, this you have to follow in every numerical. Is this clear? Yeah, approximate. You are for sure. Yes, approximate answer you can do it. It is not like you will get an exact answer. Some might get some different answers based on your calculations. So there will be like approximate answer. You can write the approximate answer, and that answer will be usually it will be having 20 value as astales. And here full like word circle जाऊ शकता. So that is the approximate answer you can write. Okay, next is numerical 2, that is elevation in boiling point. Elevation in boiling points a numerical which is very rare to be asked but can be asked. So we can just see over here what they're doing. Question, what is the question? The question is 12 gram of a solute is dissolved in 250 grams of water, and elevation in boiling point is 0.50 kelvins. Now the what we're having, the elevation boiling constant, it is given is 0.52 kelvin kg per mole. Calculate the molar mass. So actually if you're looking at this particular problem, this is not about calculating elevation and boiling point. This problem is how to calculate the molar mass of a solute. Okay, so molar mass calculate karpa khatir we can basically use this particular problem type. Okay, so solution given किती असा, weight of the solid आमका किती दिला, it is 12.5 grams. Weight of the solvent किती दिला आमका 250, and we are getting the change in temperature boiling point, we are getting 0.50 kelvin, and the boiling point elevation boiling point constant we are having is 0.52. Now stepwise, let us go into stepwise and see as per Goa board how we have to solve this particular question. So step 1 formula, delta TB is equal to WB into KB into 1000 divided by MB into WA. Okay, now we should know that what is B. B is basically the solute, so weight of the solute into the temperature what is given a boiling point, a constant, into 1000 we are putting to make it liters, and then divide by and when we are dividing it by the molar mass of the solute into the weight, given weight of solvent. हे व्हॅल्यूज तुमका खबर असपा जाय की एका आम्ही किती म्हणता, एका किती म्हणता, एका किती म्हणता, एका किती म्हणता. Okay, that is 1000, that एका किती म्हणणं आम्ही. So here when you're doing the substitution, you can do the substitution accordingly, same thing how it is given. So तसे आम्ही value substitute करता 0.50 पय हांगा आम्ही किती घातला. So it is the change in the boiling point, we are putting 0.50, 12.5 into 0.52 into 1000, and it is divided by MB into 250. मागे rearrange केले उपरांत, because आमका molar mass find करपा जाय of the solute. So here molar mass of the solute असा MB, मागीर आम्ही ताका shift करता, and once we are shifting basically हांगा shift जावंक ना ते, but we are shifting it, you can directly shift it over here, आणि मागीर हे तुम्ही सकल धाडू शकता. Okay, but it is kept over here, but you can shift it, you can take it over here, and that this can come on that side. So once you are looking over here, you will get the calculation like this. And 125 MB मागे MB हांगा एका सकल धाडा तुम्ही तशे पळय लास्ट स्टेपान केला, that you can do earlier also, no problem. That is how you are solving, no problem. So you can just keep it over here, you can put it over here, and when you are dividing 6500 divided by 125, you are getting 52 grams per mole. That is the molar mass of the solute. Okay, very good, very good, very good, Vasant, very good. Korangchari, very good. So if you are basically solving these questions while I am giving you the questions, it is very good. Okay, साम की best practice जातली तुमची. Which problem can come sure short of solution? तू शिकयता ते शिक मरे. कोण रे तो नितेश? आय ब्लेम नितेश. कोणाक नितेशा ब्लेम करता तू? Then you will blame yourself for asking nonsense questions in the life. जे सॉल्व करता ते पळय मरे बाबा. शुअर शॉट जाय तुका. सांगलें मरे ऑलरेडी. व्हेरी गुड, व्हेरी गुड. कोण तो? शिवम पाल, व्हेरी गुड. मागीर अल्फा शेख. अरे ते कसले नांवां दवरता रे बाबा. तोंडाक कितें गुटखा घातला. कसले नांवां दवरता ते. Okay, next we are having numerical 3 osmotic pressure of sucrose. Now this is again the question for osmotic pressure. You can just see the question how it is and you start solving. जे कोणाक खबर ना पळय तेंकां हांव एक्सप्लेन करता आणि जे कोणाक खबर आसा हाऊ टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन यू प्लीज स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग. जितले सॉल्व करतले पळय तितले फास्ट कॅल्क्युलेशन जातले. ओके, स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग. कम ऑन. So 68 gram of sucrose, which is having a molar mass of 342 gram per mole. Gram per mole दिला म्हटल्यार molar mass आमकां कळ्ळें. Dissolved to make 1 liter of solution at 300 Kelvin. Temperature दिला. हांगा आमकां हांगा weight दिला, that is WB. हांगा आमकां MB दिला. हांगा आमकां लिटर 1 लिटर म्हणून सांगला जाल्यार आमकां खबर आसा की कितले वॉल्यूम आसा. 300 Kelvin आमकां टेम्परेचर दिला. कॅल्क्युलेट ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर आणि R ची व्हॅल्यू बी आमकां दिला. सो आमकां जस्ट आमचो फॉर्म्युला यूज करप. पयलीं गिवन कितें आहा तें बऱ्यात. एज पर गोवा बोर्ड यू हॅव टू रायट द गिवन व्हॅल्यूज फर्स्ट. कितें आसता की तांकां मागीर अशें सबस्टिट्युशन कशें तुमी करता ते एग्जामिनाक बी कळपा जाय. सो गिवन तुमी व्हॅल्यू बऱ्यात की वेट ऑफ द सोल्यूट कितें आसा, मोलर मास ऑफ द सोल्यूट कितें आसा, मागीर वॉल्यूम 1 लिटर दिला, टेम्परेचर 300. इतले बरयले न्हय, बरें जाता. आफ्टर दॅट स्टेप 1 अशें स्टेप 1 तुमी एग्जामीक बरोवं नाका. हे तुमच्या खातीर बरयलां हांवें. स्टेप 1 फॉर्म्युला अशें तुमच्या खातीर बरयलां. यू डोंट हॅव टू रायट इट. Okay, so what is the formula for the osmotic pressure? Pi is equal to CRT. Basically C is the composition we are getting and that is number of moles divided by volume into RT. मागीर substitute करा. जे भी values दिला पळय ते substitute केले उपरांत you are substituting and you are getting the answer. कितले आन्सर मेळ्ळे आमी पयलीं पळया. हांव पयलीं आन्सर दाखयले मरे. पयलीं आन्सर पळया राव कोणी सॉल्व केला. आरुष परिकर. आरुषान सॉल्व केला. इट इज 4.98. व्हेरी गुड. Okay, 4.5 bar. 4.5 you are getting. Very like it is approximate, but it is very खूप पयस. So I would not suggest 4.5 as actual answer because what we are getting is 4.98. Even though you are calculating using calculator and somebody is calculating using logbook and somebody is calculating by looking into their friend's book, then also you will get the answer not very far away. Okay, चष्मो लागलो जाल्यार 4.98 तुमकां 4.90 दिसूंक शकता, but still it is close, no? Okay, fine. Moving on to the next one, numerical. We are getting depression in freezing point numerical. Okay, just look at the numerical. A formula be almost very easy formula it is for calculating the depression in freezing point. म्हटल्यार ती व्हॅल्यू मेळटली मागीर आमी मायनस करून आमी आन्सर काडटा. ते तुमकां दाखयता कशें आसा तें. 0.10 mole of KCl dissolved in 1 kg water. Kf of the water, the constant freezing point constant of the water is 1.86 Kelvin kg per mole. Calculate delta TF, that is change in the freezing point temperature. Okay, so next you have to write the solution and solution on कितें आसा KCl पळय. KCl, what happens for KCl? It will dissociate and when KCl dissociates into K plus and Cl minus. Dissociate म्हटल्यार ते सेपरेट जाता K आणि Cl into positive and negative. Number of particles कितले फॉर्म जाले हांगा because it is a dissociation. So 2 जाता. So तेजे आमचा vent of factor I जे असता ते 2 असता. If it is not dissociating, if it is not not an ionic thing, then we are basically getting it as 1. नाव मोलॅलिटी एम. ना मोलॅलिटी पयली फायंड करप. मोलॅलिटी कशें फायंड करता आमी 0.10 आमकां दिला पळय हांगा. इफ यू कॅन लूक हियर 0.10 मोल आमकां दिलेले आसा मोलॅलिटी अपॉन 1 लिटर दॅट वी आर गेटिंग 0.10 मोल पर केजी. ओके फायन. नेक्स्ट फॉर्म्युला. खंयचो फॉर्म्युला यूज करतले तुमी फॉर डिप्रेशन इन फ्रीजिंग पॉयंट. प्लीज नोट इट डावन द फॉर्म्युला टू कॅल्क्युलेट द प्रॉब्लम इफ इट कम्स फॉर डिप्रेशन इन फ्रीजिंग पॉयंट. Yes, please solve it if you have solved already. Shivam Pal has solved 0.370. Best answer पळयताना सांगता कितें रे. सॉल्व करता तुम्ही शुअर यू आर सॉल्विंग इट. वसंत, समृद्धी, येस शुअर सॉल्व करता मरे तुम्ही बाबा. अभी नहीं दैट साइबर गेमर हु इज देयर नो उसे ऐसा बाहर मारूंगा नहीं काट को इधर से. ओके और घर में भी आपको पेटाऊंगा बाद में. कहाँ है से बापू के दिमाग खराब करना का बापू के गरम में पहले भूख लगी है. मैं बकवास नहीं करने का. आई एम नॉट सिद्धांत सर. Okay, so next what we are having, we are having the formula to calculate just delta TF is equal to the Vent of factor into the KF value what they have given for the constant of freezing point into molality. Okay, molarity, sorry, not molality, molarity. So in that molarity, already I mean amka direct dilate. There's 0.10 mole of direct we are calculating it upon the number of like liters. So 0.10 upon 1 kale dale anga 1 te आम्ही calculate करina. We are directly getting this 0.10 as the mole. मागीर आमकां ते value आमकां दिला already the constant for the freezing point that is 1.86 and the Vent of factor KCl असा. K means KCl meaning K plus N Cl minus ते separate जाता, दोन ions जाता, so it is having the 2 as the Vent of factor. Just you have to substitute the values and you are getting your answer as 0.372 and the answer should be written in the units as okay 0.372 and the answer should be written in the unit that is Kelvin. Next numerical which I am not that much expecting to come but still you can practice it for your practice only. तुमका तुमच्या प्रॅक्टिसा खातीरूच घातला. That is degree of dissociation. विचारू शकता maybe what is degree of dissociation, but numerical they used to ask earlier but now they have skipped it asking. They are just asking osmotic pressure, they are just asking boiling point elevation or molar mass, they are just asking की जे ते नॉर्मली वेंट ऑफ फॅक्टरची असे बारीक बारीक विचारता, चड काय विचारिना. ओके so but this is not us, but let us see. Normal molar mass, directly molar mass dila 120 grams per mole. Observed molar mass 60 grams per mole. Simple, it is very simple. Calculate degree of dissociation. त्याच्या खातीर ते घालिना आता. मे बी एमसीक्यू खातीर घालूंक शकता. एमसीक्यूज दोन मोलर मास दिलेले असता. ओके मागीर ते दोन मोलर मास पयलीं गिवन दिवपाचे, गिवन बरोवपाचे आमी की मोलर मास ऑफ ए इतले आसा, मोलर मास ऑफ बी इतले आसा. ओके मागीर आमी करता, मागीर थंय हांगा स्टेप 1 आय आमी फायंड करता. नॉर्मल मोलर मास डिवायडेड बाय ऑब्झर्व्ड मोलर मास. 120 जे आमकां दिला नॉर्मल मोलर मास डिवायडेड बाय 60 वी आर गेटिंग द आन्सर 2. नाव फॉर ए बी दॅट इज एक कंपाऊंड असा. This compound is dissociating into A plus and B minus. Then we are having the Vent factor of I into I plus the alpha. So 2 into 1 plus alpha. So alpha is always getting 100% dissociated. That is how you can calculate the basically the किती म्हणता degree of dissociation. So usually it is not as it can come for MCQ टक 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 solve करपा खातीर ते असता. Then again we are having degree of dissociation. You can solve this on your own. I will just give you the question. I will not solve this, so you can solve it and you can get the answer. Okay, very good, very good. Logical, very good. Yes, Arush, very good. Vasant Govikar, very good, very good. Okay, so just take this question and tell me how much you are getting. काय रे ते असा मरे हा सकल असा. ओके हे मातशे कितें आसा मतलब तशें ना वयर आसा तशें ना मातशें डिफरंट आसा. दिस आन्सर इज स्लाइटली डिफरंट बट इन द सेम फॉर्मॅट. हा सेम म्हटल्यार सेम फॉर्मॅट, फक्त व्हॅल्यूजा खातीर आन्सर वेगळो येता. कितले जाता सांगा म्हाका बेगीन. सॉल्व करा. हे नॉर्मल मोलर मास 90, ऑब्झर्व मोलर मास 180. हांगा पळय पयलो मोलर मास कमी आसा, मागीर जो आसा मोलर मास तो चड आसा. सो यू विल बी गेटिंग वॉट what value you are getting? Okay, that is you are getting I is 1.0.5. 1 eta sure. Let us see what you are getting. Very good. Okay, it is 1. Very good, everyone. Arush, Vasant, मागिर कोण थंडर गेमिंग मागे तेरा बाय ऐसे ही तेरा बात सीधे सीधे किदे करता रे शिवा शिवम पाल ओके देन then you're having Vasant Govekar. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, fine. Next numerical we're having on mole fraction. That also I'm expecting in your exam. Mole fraction, molar mass, boiling point elevation, depression in freezing point. हे चार असा इतुले तुमका problems येतले from chapter solutions. Okay. So we are having and solving criteria same असा. Solving criteria is literally ditto copy paste. ते फॉर्म्युला घातले, ते व्हॅल्यूज घातले, आन्सर काढपाचे. आन्सर फक्त तुम्ही सारको काढपा जाय आणि युनिट सारखे बरोवपा जाय. आन्सर काढले युनिट बरोवना हाफ मार्क कट जातले बाबा बिकॉज आन्सर इज रॉंग आन्सर रिप्रेझेंटेशन इज रॉंग सबस्टिट्यूट सारखे केले 1 मार्क फॉर्म्युलाक 1 मार्क आणि आन्सराक हाफ मार्क सॉरी फॉर्म्युलाक हाफ मार्क सबस्टिट्यूशनाक 1 मार्क आणि मागीर परत तुम्ही आन्सर जेन्ना बरयता हाफ मार्क सो इट इज टोटल कमिंग फॉर 2 मार्क्स 2 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन येता तुमका Okay, so calculate the mole fraction of Ki in an aqueous solution containing 20% Ki by mass. आता हांगा कितें कशें सॉल्व करतले तुमी? You have to calculate mole fraction Ki. So in Ki, potassium कितले percent आसा आणि iodine कितले percent आसा? That you have to calculate. Okay. And कितले आसा ते Ki in an aqueous solution? How much it is? It is 20% by Ki by mass. So हे आता असले जर क्वेश्चन तुमका येले, then how you are basically solving it, that we will see in this particular question, because this question was asked in 2025. Same question was asked 2025 for 2 marks. So just let us see if Oslo questions are amche exam in and how we are solving it. Okay, you can solve it, you can already solve it, and I will just explain this to other students. Solution given as a 20% Ki by mass means 20 gram of Ki in 100 gram of solution. हे खबर असपा जाय तुमका की 20% Ki by mass means 20 grams of Ki in 100 grams of solution. Now therefore the mass of water will be 100 minus 20, that is 80 grams, because it is already 20 gram कोण असा mostly Ki असा. So 20 gram आम्ही 100 ग्रामातले 20 gram Ki काढले जाल्यार उदकाचे मास कितले उरले? It is 80 grams. Okay, now the molar mass of Ki will be 39 plus 127, that is 166 gram per mole, and the molar mass of water will be 18 grams per mole. Molar mass of 80 gram तुमका खबर हे कशे केला तुम्ही जाणा मरे. 39 mass of potassium, iodine च 127 ऍड केले उपरांत 166 मेळे. मागीर आमचे वॉटर असा हायड्रोजन H2O, so 2 plus 16 oxygen 2 oxygen 16 आणि 2 हायड्रोजन, so 16 plus 2 is we are getting 18. हे तुमका खबर असपा जाय. प्लीज डोंट टेल मी यू डोंट नो दिस. प्लीज म्हाका माफ करा, म्हाका पाय पडटा तुमचे. ओके, स्टेप 1 कॅल्क्युलेट मोल्स. sarcastic human sir for 10th standard देखून कर नी 10 क्या देखून कर Latikesh Naik, me watching this after suffering badly in previous year boards. अरे काय नाही बाबा, हांव बी सफर केल्ले. I had suffered a lot, so don't worry. So for now we are substituting the values in the formula what we are having. So step 1 calculate the moles. आता Ki चे moles calculate करप कितले moles असा. So 20 upon this is the mass upon molar mass. So we are getting 0.12048 moles. Moles of water 80 upon molar mass, that is 444. Once you are getting this moles and molecular mass, your total moles, that is 0.1204 plus 4.444. You are getting 4.564. So as a Ki as well as water, you have to get total moles कितले present असा. Once you get total moles, step the mole fraction of Ki. So the mole fraction of Ki, as we are considering xki for the mole fraction of Ki, moles of Ki divided by the total moles, and you are getting xki, that is you are putting the value of moles of Ki कितले आसा पळय मोल्स ऑफ KI घातले डिवायडेड बाय द टोटल मोल्स वॉट यू हॅव गॉट. बिकॉज आमकां फकत कितें करपा जाय, वी नीड टू फायंड KI कितले आसा इन द टोटल solution. This is coming for the number of moles of the total solution. Ki plus water. It is Ki plus water. This one. And this is just for Ki. So कितले आसा ते हे आमी जर आमी divide करता, then you are getting the answer 0.02639. And if you are moving under writing, how you are writing the like the final perfect answer, you have to write it like this. Mole fraction of Ki is 0.0264 approximately. Very good, Arush Parikar, and very good, Vasant Govekar. Sports, sir, if we get 70% in JE, can I get admission in government engineering college? If you are having some reservation like SC, ST, or EWS sometimes, but OBC and general are bhav. Okay, then admission below like around 80%. 85-90%, if they if you are getting in government like GEC, very difficult, very difficult. Elevation and boiling point numerical. Again, we are having molar mass determination. Question: 2 grams of a non-volatile solute is dissolved in 100 grams of benzene. The boiling point of solution increases by 0.20 Kelvin. Given Kb for the boiling point constant for benzene is 2.53 Kelvin kg per mole, and calculate the molar mass of. सदा जेन्ना elevation and boiling point जे येता पळय, केन्ना ते elevation in boiling point म्हटल्यार डेल्टा TB चेंज इन द बॉइलिंग पॉइंट जे आसता पळय, डेल्टा TB कॅल्क्युलेट कर म्हणून सांगता. पूण चडशे टायम दिस क्वेश्चन इज आस्क्ड फॉर दिस पर्टिक्युलर सॉर्ट ऑफ मोलर मास ऑफ सॉल्यूट कॅल्क्युलेट करपाक चड येता. ओके, सो बी व्हेरी मच केअरफुल अबाउट इट. So solution same as what you have done in the previous thing, same thing, it is same solution. You can just look at this particular question and you can try to solve it, or you can just write it down this particular question, and if you solve it then you will get the answer. Now how to solve it? Again same thing, given जे values asa, mass of solute कितले asa बरोवप, mass of solvent कशें आसा, हे तुमकां अशें बरोवपाची गरज ना, हे तुमच्या खातीर बरयला हांवें. हे तुमी examine बरोवपाची गरज ना. अशें mass of solid, you have to write just WB. Okay, WB is equal to 2 grams, then you have to write just W is equal to 100 grams, you have to write delta TB is equal to 0.20, you have to write KB is equal to 2.53. हे तुम्ही examine अशें बरोवप. You don't have to write what I have written over here. Okay, required मागीर कितें आसा, molar mass of the solute कितें आसा तें आमकां find करपा जाय. So ते find करपा खातीर आमी formula बरयता. That formula is delta TB is equal to WB into KB into 1000. आता पळय, आता हांगा बी कन्फ्यूज जातली भुरगीं. तुमकां बरोवन दाखयता, कॉपी करून घ्या. तुमचे कडेन आसतलो ऑलरेडी फॉर्मुला. सो डेल्टा TB is equal to, we are putting here WB, ये मरे फालतू. Okay, WB into KB into 1000 divided by MB into WA. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, हे बरोवन घ्या. If you're getting elevation and boiling point or molar mass, elevation and boiling point or molar mass जर तुमका क्वेश्चनान दिसता, हो फॉर्म्युला यूज करप. Understood? Is this clear all of you? But if you are getting, हांगा बी एक ट्रिक आसा. द ट्रिक कितें आसा तुमकां सांगलें म्हणल्यार नाका हांव सांगिना तुमकां ट्रिक बी बाबा. तुमकां ट्रिक सांगलें मागीर थंय सगळे रोमॅट करून येतले. आतां सांगून कितें फायदो ना ट्रिक तुमकां. इतलेंच की आमी फक्त एका डेल्टा TB इज इक्वल टू KBM बी बरोवंक शकता. KBM म्हणून बरयता, म्हटल्यार इतलेच. डेल्टा TB is equal to KB and M. So this is the condensed formula. आणि हे कितें आसा, KB ते आमकां दिलेले आसता. ओके, हे KB दिलेले आसा. M म्हटल्यार कितें, मोलॅरिटी. ओके, मोलॅरिटी जर नंबर ऑफ मोल्स आमकां ऑलरेडी दिला, सॉल्व करपाची गरज ना, डायरेक्टली हो फॉर्मुला यूज करा. नंबर ऑफ मोलॅरिटी जर दिला 0.1 मोलर सोल्युशन अशें बीन दिला न्ही, सो डायरेक्टली हे यूज करा. जर मोलॅरिटी अशें दिवंक ना, अशें सोल्युशन अशें दिला की वेट ऑफ सॉल्यूट इतलो आसा, वेट ऑफ सॉल्वंट इतलो आसा, then you have to use this particular formula. If it is given in grams, but if it is given in liters, you can directly use this one. In kg दिला जाल्यार अशें यूज करा. if it is given in कितें म्हणटा ग्रॅम्स नाल्यार ml molarity, no? So molarity, if it is given in mls, you can use this one, and if it is given in liters, you can use this one. Derivation हांवें सांगले साईश साईश हांवें सांगले derivations. You can just rewatch this particular video. Okay. See, PDF कित्याक जाणा, PDF मरे it is being given to only the like the crash course student जे बाय केला पळय तेंकां ते PDFs मेळटा to refer, because they have paid for it. This only questions I'm explaining on the live, but you will not be able to access the PDF unless you enroll into that. We were trying to give this particular chemistry PDF separately, so I'll let you know by tomorrow if you can purchase this particular PDF you want. But if not, you can just attend the live and watch videos. But if you want the PDF, you will have to purchase it, because the other students have purchased, so I cannot do that injustice to them. Okay, same thing, you have to substitute, and once you substitute the values, you will get the answer like this: stepwise calculations, substitution, calculations, and final answer. This is for 1 mark, this is for half mark, and that substitute the formula, this is for half mark. Half, one, half, that is for 2 marks. Okay, मागे numerical 9 depression freezing point, again it is same, just हांवें तुमकां already formula दिला depression freezing point. तशेंच पळय हांगा 15 gram of substance is dissolved in 50 gram of water. Okay, very simple it is. The freezing point solution is minus 0.56 56 degree 56 degrees Celsius, not 56. Given Kf for water 1.86 Kelvin kg per mole. Calculate molar mass. हांगा बी जर तुमकां हे freezing point दिसता किंवा तुमकां molar mass दिसता, then you have to use this particular formula. तुमकां formula येता directly. This formula. Just the thing is here from Kb, Kf is there, and delta Tb, delta Tf is there. इतलेच. Freezing point असल्यार freezing point constant and change in freezing point. Boiling point असल्यार change in Tb आणि Tf. इतलेच. Is it clear? Yes. What time you will send the live? I will. How कशें live send करूं बाबा? Live ते बाबा direct जाता. Once this live is ended, no, you can directly you can basically watch the live later on. Okay. Fine. So next, what we are having the same things over here. Same thing, same osmotic pressure, molar mass, same numerical. So I'm not focusing on this one. I have already explained you what type of numericals can be coming. These are for the students. They will be referring these. And numerical 11, again lowering of vapor pressure. Again, it is for molar mass. Then here we are getting the same one, again same formula. You can see delta p upon the p naught, what you're getting. And here same thing. This is degree of dissociation, again the same thing. Then we are having the degree of dissociation. Okay, now we'll move on to the next chapter, that is electrochemistry. Now in electrochemistry, what type of questions you can expect, that also we'll be seeing in electrochemistry. Okay, graphs बी सांगता एंडा कसा ग्राफ, सो मातशे फास्ट फास्ट कित्याक वयता, so that you get an idea how the questions are being asked आणि खंयचे questions विचारता तुमकां. Okay, South Goa asa center, no, South Goa we are not having any center. Okay. Yes, I'll help 10th standard too. Sarcastic human, fine. Now calculate the EMF of the cell at 25 degrees Celsius. असे questions येता. Calculate the EMF of the cell at 25 degrees Celsius, or they ask the question at 298 Kelvin. Okay, at 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin. These are the questions which are being asked. Now, if you're having here, first one, they have given a question. They have given a particular cell, that is silver 10 raised to 3, 10 raised to minus 3 molar. Then we are having silver again, which is first in the it is not in the ground state, it is having oxidized state. Then we're having, and this is particular cell representation what they have given. Now this given E naught of Ag plus and Ag is 0.80 volts, and E naught of copper 2 plus by copper is 0.34 volts. Now given values आमचे दिला पळय, standard reduction potential of silver electrode. So E naught Ag plus and Ag 0.80 volts, standard reduction potential of silver. Now we can see, okay, reduction potential electrode. Okay, E naught is Cu2 plus Cu 0.34 standard reduction potential of copper. Okay, reduction potential of copper, and it is getting reduced. Why it is getting reduced? Because it is accepting the electrons first. So first it was in the oxidation state, now it is accepting the electrons, so it is getting reduced. So that's why they have mentioned the standard reduction potential of silver electrode. Now we are having this particular n is equal to 2 because 2 electrons are being transferred from the copper, and E naught of standard EM of the cell, the reaction quotient. Now if you look at the particular solution, if you're having step 1, identify cathode and anode. How we can identify which one is cathode and anode? Now if you look here, Ag has higher reduction potential, so it is cathode, and Cu acts as a anode. Okay, now if we talk about how we can remember this, then I can give you certain tricks what I had also learned earlier in my school time. That is, we are having for this cathode and anode identification is this one, Lebra. Okay, so Lebra, you can see that it is having lower E naught better reducing agent, meaning anga zatle oxidation. Lower E naught better reducing agent, Lebra. Okay, आणि एक सिनॉनिम असा दॅट इज बेसिकली इट कम्स एज लोन. तुमका खबर असतले हे लोन म्हणून. लेफ्ट ऑक्सिडेशन, लेफ्ट साइड ऑक्सिडेशन जाता, इट इज एनोड, अँड दॅट वन इज negative. Okay, these are the things you can remember, tricks. And आणि एक असा, we are having oil rig. And oil rig asa, in this oil rig oxidation is loss of electron, reduction is gain of electron. So हे सगळे तुम्ही याद करू शकता. हांवें सुद्धा शिकलाच आहे माझ्या टायमार. सो आतां मागीर विसरलेलो हांव, मागीर परत म्हाका शिकचें पडलें बिकॉज आय वॉज टिचींग केमिस्ट्री this particular year, so I had to study all this again. Okay, fine. So all these things you have to know. So if you want to identify which one is cathode, which one is anode, so basically anode in this will be negative, and when it is negative, when it is having the reduction, so we have to identify from this particular trick key. Copper kide asa, copper is acting as an anode. Why copper is acting as an anode? Because of this trick we can identify lower E naught better reducing agent. If lower E naught असता, for example 0.01 असा आणि एक असा मायनस नो, एक असा the positive. Okay, it is positive 0.01. Now this is the lower one, this is the greater one. So if this is the lower one, so lower E naught better reducing agent, this is a better reducing agent. If this is a better reducing agent, then this is basically undergoing oxidation. So hanga oxidation jata, reducing agent, आणि hanga reduction jata. Based on that only you can just see that and you can identify. Okay, फोंडा फार्मसी कट ऑफ कितले असता म्हाका कितें खबर? तांकां विचारचो. कितें विचारता मरे तूं? शी. Okay, now we are calculating the standard EMF. We are putting E naught of the cell. Now this E naught of the cell is equal to E naught of cathode minus E naught of anode. Now same thing, E naught amka dila cathode identity. This formula we wanted to use, right? This formula we wanted to use. That's why we had to identify ki khuncho cathode asa आणि खंयचो anode asa. And we know that oxidation happens at anode. आणि मागीर थंय आमचे लॅब्राक यूज केले आमी, and that use करून आमकां कळ्ळें की which is basically the anode and which is one is the cathode, and ते values आम्ही substitute केले. And once we substituted these values, no, then we can get the answer. So E naught. Okay, so E naught amka mela, E naught of the cell we got 0.46 volt. Now step 3 is the writing the reaction copper plus 2 Ag. This you can write by just looking at this particular question over here. So हे आम्ही पळयता आणि खंय रिडक्शन जाता, खंय ऑक्सिडेशन जाता, तशें करून आम्ही रिएक्शन बरयता. And once you are writing the reaction, copper plus 2 Ag on one side and copper 2 plus 2 Ag on another side. So here you can see copper was first in the ground state, now it has been undergone oxidation, and silver was actually oxidized earlier, but later on it took the electrons. म्हटल्यार 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन घेतले, दोन सिल्वर सांगा. So 2 electrons, one silver took 1 electron, and then it got into the ground state. So once you are writing, then we are calculating the concentration. So when you're calculating the concentration, Q is equal to copper 2 plus divided by a silver plus in the concentration of 2. So 10 raised to minus 1, 10 raised to minus 3 ते आमकां ऑलरेडी दिला. तेच आमी कितें करपाचें घालपाचें आनी मागीर आमकां आन्सर मेळटा 10 raised to minus 4 10 raised to minus 4 मेळटा आन्सर आमकां. ओके, so applying, because some things no, it is not coming under the word file. Step 5, applying the Nernst equation. When we are applying the Nernst equation, E naught मेळे आमकां, Q ची value मेळे आमकां, and then we are putting here the value, that is E naught is equal to 0.06 divided by n log Q, then 0.46 जे आम्ही calculate केल्ले पळय E naught, this value you have to put 0.06, this is 0.0691 that we are getting as a constant upon 2, n is 2. Okay, कितले electrons exchange झाले, 2 electron exchange झाले, so n is 2, and then we are getting the log Q concentration of that. And once we are putting, and when we are solving this, you are getting the answer 0.31. Okay, the final answer, that is the electrode potential of the cell, is 0.31. This is the standard electrode potential, this is a electrode potential. Okay, fine. Next, what we are having is another type of problem we are getting for the electrochemistry. That is one type of problem, and this is another type of problem. If you are looking at this particular problem, we have to calculate directly, mention kela त्यांच्याने delta G naught for the reaction. Magnesium plus copper 2 plus gives magnesium 2 plus plus copper. So हांगा पळोवनूच कळटा आमकां magnesium is undergoing oxidation and copper is undergoing reduction. So given E naught of the cell already आमकां दिला, that is 2.71 volts, आणि Faraday's constant दिला आमकां 96,500 coulombs per mole. So हे values दिला पळय. आता जेन्ना हो फॉर्म्युला येता, this question comes की आमकां calculate delta G naught for a particular reaction, solve करपा जाय. Then you have to first write all the given values, आणि खंयचो फॉर्म्युला यूज करप, you have to use the formula delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught. बरोवन घ्या. Delta G naught, whenever you are getting the question, you have to solve this particular question using this formula. Delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught. So हांगा आमकां आतां n ची व्हॅल्यू बी खबर आसा, कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हांगा एक्सचेंज जाला तुमीच सांगा म्हाका. कितले इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सचेंज जाला, 2. सो ओके, so maximum is 2. So 2 electrons are getting exchanged. So n ची व्हॅल्यू किती येता, 2 येता, आणि because it is having a minus sign, we are putting the minus sign. F ची व्हॅल्यू ऑलरेडी आमकां दिला कॉन्स्टंट 96,500, and electrode potential ची व्हॅल्यू आमकां दिला. खूपशे भुरगे कितें सॉल्व करिना बिकॉज दे डोंट रिमेंबर द फॉर्म्युला याद करा. Once you are solving the you remembering the formula, you can solve it. So here we are having, directly you can just put the values and you can solve it. Step 3 is convert to kilojoules, because we have got this answer delta G naught, energy gives free energy, we have got it in terms of joules. Now you have to convert it into kilojoules. Now how can you convert it into kilojoules? Just you have to divide it by 1000. Once you are dividing it 1000, you are getting the answer as minus 523 kilojoules. So final answer you have to write it in this statement. Okay, so दोन तराचे questions पहिले आम्ही. First question was using Nernst equation, first one, and second question just now we saw was using the Gibbs free energy. Magir, calculate the electrode potential of zinc rod dipped in 0.1 molar zinc sulfate solution, ZnSO4. Okay, ZnSO4. Converting into PDF, then these things go. Zinc sulfate 95% dissociated. It is okay, they have told us that it is zinc sulfate rod असा पळय, तो 95% dissociated झालेलो असा. आता 95% dissociated जेन्ना जाता पळय, that time you are using the Nernst equation only. Now how you are solving it actually? So E naught of zinc 2 plus by zinc 2 plus divided by zinc, so E naught of this particular we are doing, which is minus 0.76 volts. Standard reduction potential आमका खबर असा, and zinc 2 plus 0.1 into 0.95 molar, that is effective concentration. आता हे किद्याक 0.1 into 0.95 केला, 0.1 खंय आते पळय, 0.1 molar zinc sulfate is 95% dissociated. म्हटल्यार आमकां जर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन जाय असता जाल्यार आमकां जे मोलर दिला पळय तेका इंटू कितले पर्संट डिसोसिएट जाला तितून आमकां मल्टिप्लाय करचे असता. इट इज 95% डिसोसिएटेड, सो इट इज 95 upon 100, सो इट इज 0.1 into 0.95. त्याच्या खाली तशें केला, and once you multiply it, you are getting the answer 0.095 molar. That is the effective concentration. If you take directly this answer, wrong. Directly your answer is wrong. Okay, so now we are having this n is equal to number of 2. Why number 2? Because hanga poy tumi paya 2 plus asa, so the n is 2. Then electrode potential under non-standard condition we are having here. So using Nernst equation, how we are solving it? Now somebody will say that this particular formula is wrong म्हणून सांगतले म्हाका, because a plus sign खंय असता, e not positive असता. But now why I have taken the plus? Because it was log 1 upon concentration. So log 1 upon x is minus log x. So minus into minus जाऊन ते plus झाले. Now it is log zn वयर येयला आमकां नुमरेटरान मेळ्ळें. So now we can just substitute the values. E not कितले आसा 0.76 दिला तेंच्यांनी. 0.059 divided by 2, 2 is n, and log of concentration आम्ही जे find केला पळय 0.1 into 0.95, it is 0.095. So log of 0.095 is minus 1.02, that we are substituting, and once we are substituting all the things, we are getting the answer as minus 0.79 volts. That is your answer. Okay, E naught is equal to minus 0.79 volts. Okay, next we are looking at similar type of problem. Again, calculate the EMF of the cell at H at 25 degree Celsius. Again 25 degree Celsius म्हटल्यार 298 Kelvin. Again it is 298 Kelvin. You have to solve this, and in this you are getting Fe, one Fe, that is 0.0 concentration dila anga, and anga hydrogen plus ची concentration dila, and here it is basically having the H2 which is at 1 bar. Here also it is H2 at 0.0 volts. Okay, so आता फक्त आम्ही किती करपा जाय, H plus by H2 we are getting, and here we are doing it again, solving it, standard hydrogen electrode potential. मागीर हांगा आयनचे घेता आमी, आयनची कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन आमकां ऑलरेडी दिला. दिस इज जस्ट गिवन हा, लायक तुमकां गिवन कितें घालपा जाय पळय ते व्हॅल्यूज बरयला. एक्चुअल सॉल्विंग हांगाच्यान जायना. यू डोंट हॅव टू रायट these things. These things you need not write. You just have to write what is the electrode potential of Fe2 plus by Fe, what is the electrode potential of H plus by H2, and what is the basically concentration of ion, what is the concentration of H, and what is the partial pressure of H2, and what is the partial pressure H2, partial pressure of H2, and what you have to find, uh, and you have to write the number of electrons transferred kitle asa. You have to write the reaction quotient, and once you are done with writing all the given things, you can start solving the answer. Okay, now identify cathode and anode. First thing you have to identify cathode and anode. कित्याक सांगला तुमका identify करपा जाय आमका? Because we need to put this into this formula. ओके, हे फॉर्म्युला घातले उपरांत आमकां कितें फायंड करपा जाय? आमकां स्टँडर्ड इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल फायंड करपा जाय. दॅट स्टँडर्ड इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल वी कॅन यूज इन टू आर फॉर्म्युला. ओके, सो हे आमी आयडेंटिफाय करता. आतां कॅथोड कोण आसा? कॅथोड 0 आसा, आनी एनोड आसा ते 0.44. तुमी पळयात आमकां 0.44 कोण आसा? आयन. सो आयन इज एक्टिंग एज अ एनोड, and our hydrogen is acting as a cathode. So once you write it, you solve it, you get standard electrode potential 0.44 volts. आणि मागीर step 3 आमचे reaction असा, Fe plus 2H plus gives Fe2 plus and H2. Okay, H2 hai. So if you are watching this video later on, when basically this is recorded, so you should know that this is H2. Okay, then we are having reaction quotient. How to find reaction quotient? To find reaction quotient, we are using this particular formula, that is the concentration of Fe2 plus in the partial into the partial pressure of hydrogen divided by the concentration of H plus. So we are getting the concentration of 0.001 divided by 0.01, and it is having 2 times, so it is the square, and you are getting the answer 10. Now finally, the last step what you need to follow is the Nernst equation. Nernst equation मागी घालता आमी. आता पळय, आता आमी हे log q आसा पळय, it is directly straight, so you need not put here plus minus बी काय करपाची गरज ना. It is only happening for the question, सांगता तुमकां जेन्ना ते plus जाता ते, it is only happening for the question where it is mentioned dissociated, 90% dissociated, 95% dissociated, 94% dissociated. त्या क्वेश्चना जर तुमकां येता नर्स्ट इक्वेशनचे, that time you have to write E of the cell is equal to E naught minus 0.0591 upon n into log of 1 upon q. But log of 1 upon q चे आम्ही किती करता, we write it as E naught, E of the cell is equal to E naught plus 0.0591 upon n into log of q. म्हटल्यार कितें, हेका वयर हाडले पळय, इट बिकेम log 1 upon x when we take a minus log x. So a minus हांगा multiply जाता, so it gets plus, and then we are getting this formula, and this formula is only applicable when you are solving the dissociation questions. Okay, fine. Next, if you are moving forward with the next type of problem, because these are the only problems I am expecting. These are the only problems from electrochemistry that I'm expecting. Rest all the problems, what are there? It is there. And if I want to give you the access for this particular PDFs, like PDF no, हे PDF, organic चे PDF आणि inorganic चे PDF. इनर म्हटलं ते बायोमॉलिक्युल्स बी असतले तितून, आणि तितून हे असतले खयचे ते coordination compounds. So these three four PDFs that I'll be basically putting into the crash course group what I having. I will just put the link. त्यांनाच घालपाचे असले ते चड भुरगे आशिल्ले तेन्ना. Now I don't know if they will get it, the link. Or you can just join this, just you can join the channel, any Instagram channel, or you can join any of the WhatsApp channel. कितें तुम्ही join करा, because updates मेळपा खातीर म्हणटा, updates घेवपा खातीर. You can take the updates. Somebody is asking me to put the PDF in the WhatsApp. I cannot put that in the WhatsApp group. बोबो मारतले माझ्या नावान. Let me put that into the chat link of the group. आयज कोण ना हांगा, हांव एकटो आसा, नाजाल्यार ते मॉडरेट करता तांकां सांगले उपरांत they can put. These all people have gone. Okay, I've put that. You can click on that link so that you can get the updates on time. Okay. Now see, आता electrochemistry जितले problems आम्ही केले पळय, this particular, like, there are 2-3 types of problems only are there, and these will be only problems that can be asked. And from that, I'm telling you, Nernst equation, sure question. If not Nernst equation, then the other question is delta G naught minus NFE, minus NFE naught. That question. Okay, gives 3. So these are the only 2 questions that I am expecting in your chemistry paper if they are asking numericals on electrochemistry. Okay. So this is again the same thing. Calculate EM of the cell, aluminum 3 plus 0.2. They have given this cell. Now this cell is particular. They have given us the standard electrode potentials of aluminum, standard electrode potentials of किती म्हणता, copper, and then we are using basically what is the standard reduction potential. हे सगळे बरोवपाची गरज ना. हे फक्त असे घालपाचे व्हॅल्यूज आहे. ओके, नॉट ऑफ दिस, नॉट ऑफ दिस. देन अल्युमिनियमचे कितले मोलार असा, कॉपरचे कितले मोलार असा, नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कितले ट्रान्सफर झाला, इट इज 6. Now here, because 2 into 3, the 2 3s are 6 electrons. Then we are having the reaction quotient and the solution stepwise. Again, the same method you have to follow stepwise. Okay, the same to same method तुमका follow करपास जाय. Now I will not much focus on these particular problems because हे सगळे आता सेमूच आसा. Literally same steps, same everything is same. फक्त कितें ते थंय कॉपर आसा, खंयच्या जाग्यार एल्युमिनियम आसा, खंयच्या जाग्यार सिल्वर आसा, खंयच्या जाग्यार आयर्न आसा, बट द स्टेप्स आर सेम टू सेम. एकूच प्रॉब्लेम जर तुमकां सारके कळ्ळे जाल्यार तुमी खंयचोय प्रॉब्लेम येवं न्ही, बेस्ड ऑन दॅट यू कॅन सॉल्व इट. इज दिस क्लियर? Okay. So next we are having same thing. It is okay, again same thing, standard EMF b सगळे Nernst equation. हे पय हे हेजे delta G naught चे. Okay, same thing. It is same thing. You are substituting and you are converting that into kilojoules. Molar conductivity. Okay, molar conductivity is one thing is different. Now if you're looking at molar conductivity, then we are having the calculate the molar conductivity at infinite dilution of calcium CaCl2. 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 सो मोलर कंडक्टिविटी कॅल्क्युलेट करपाक सांगता आमकां. गिवन कितें आसा आमकां हांगा व्हॅल्यूज दिला ऑफ द कॅल्शियम कंडक्टिविटी कॅल्शियम. सो वी आर हॅव्हिंग 119.0 Simon centimeter square moles per moles ionic conductance. Then we are having the conductance of chlorine. We are getting 76.3 Simon centimeter square per mole. Then we are having the molar conductivity at infinite dilution. So stepwise पळय हांव हे अशें येता infinite dilution. So stepwise if you are doing step 1, use the formula of the molar conductivity. Then you have to just substitute the values. Okay, conductivity cation, conductivity of ion, anion. Then you have to substitute the values. When you're substituting the values, you are getting the answer. Same copy paste method you have to do for each and every problem. Okay, because you'll be getting for infinite dilution only. Mostly if you're getting for infinite dilution only, that's question जे आम्ही दिला वयर येता तोच question पळय. This question, कॅल्क्युलेट द मोलर कंडक्टिविटी एंड इन्फायनाइट डायल्युशन ऑफ कॅल्शियम क्लोराईड. जर काही दुसरे दिला जाल्यार ते सुद्धा तशेंच दितले. फक्त तुमकां सेम टू सेम स्टेप्स तुमकां फॉलो करपा जाय. सेम स्टेप फॉर्म्युला घाला, सॉल्व करा, आन्सर मेळटले. इज इस क्लियर? ओके. सो आणि फ्रॉम इलेक्ट्रोकेमिस्ट्री अगेन स्टँडर्ड EMF सेम क्वेश्चन, same question, same question. Then again calculate EMF 25 degrees Nernst equation. Okay, हांगा dissociation दिवंक ना तेंच्यांनी, concentration दिला आमकां. So it is like same thing what you have done the first question. See same thing, Nernst equation use करता आमी concentration. Just dissociation सांगला जाल्यार तो फॉर्मुला यूज करप जे तुमकां हांवें पयलीं सांगला ते. E E of the cell is equal to E naught minus 0.0591 upon n into log of 1 upon x. So log of 1 upon x or 1 upon k म्हटल्यार ती कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ आयन्स कितली दिला ती. नेक्स्ट वॉट वी आर हॅव्हिंग, नेक्स्ट वी आर हॅव्हिंग अगेन सेम थिंग, सेम प्रॅक्टिसा खातीर घातला हांवें भुरग्यांक ते कोर्साचे. So how much charge is required to discharge 0.5 mole of chromium? This is another same thing. We'll be using it for the formula that is Q is equal to NF. Okay. So हांगा कितें आसता, if you look at this particular question, how much charge is required to discharge 0.5 moles of chromium 3 plus ion. So पयलीं कितें गिवन आसा तें बऱ्या. moles of chromium कितले आसा आमकां 0.5 moles. Each chromium requires 3 electrons because there are 3 electron lost asa. मागीर the Faraday's constant आमचे कितले आसा 96,500 is always constant. So then we are having the charge in coulombs Q. आता we have to do the solutions of step 1 कितें आसा, calculate moles of electrons required. Second, moles of electrons is equal to 0.5 into 3 because आमकां 3 electrons आसा थंय. So it is 1.5 moles. Okay. Now step 2, use Faraday's law. What is Faraday's law? Q concentration is equal to number of moles into the Faraday's constant. So we are just substituting the number of moles into the Faraday's constant. We are getting the concentration quotient. And then the final answer we have got as 1.4475 into 10 raised to 5 coulombs. Because आम्ही फक्त किती केले, point ते shift केला on the left side. If you're shifting the point to the left side, you are getting the answer as 1.44 into 1.4475 into 10 raised to 5 coulombs. Okay. कोर्स लिंक सी कोर्स कोण तो paper liquor course link. I will not send that course link 999 because that was there for all the subjects. Now only your chemistry subject is remaining, so I'll be making a small pack of just chemistry, so directly you can buy that chemistry wala. Okay, chemistry wala this thing, and you can just access it. But better आता हांव सांगता ते घेवन कितें फायदो ना एक्चुअली पळोवंक गेल्यार. ओके, तुमी आतां कितें करा, हें आतां लायव्ह घेता पळय तेच शिका. लास्ट मिनटाक आतां कितें करतली तुमी? बेश्टे तुमी पयशे वेस्ट, अभ्यास तरी करतली मरे. बेश्टी घेतली. डोंट जस्ट बाय इट फॉर द सेक ऑफ बायिंग. यू हॅव टू मेक यूज ऑफ इट, नो? Okay, calculate EMF of the cell. Again the same thing, same question baba, same question, same to same. Okay, then we're having calculate EMF of the cell. Again same question. Okay, substituting the, it is like ditto copy paste, just the values are different. Calculate delta G. Again same question. हेजेच चड घातलेले आन because हे variations येता भुरग्यांक त्रास जाता हांगा solve करपाक. But that solutions and all, it is not that very tricky, but this becomes very tricky. Okay, now we're moving towards the last one, chemical kinetics master pack. In that, in this particular thing, uh Hi, Udupi Legacy. I am from Karnataka Board. Hi, how are you? All good. So a first order reaction is half completed in 3 minutes. Calculate time required for 99% completion. Very expected question you might get. Okay. Very expected question. You basically, I am expecting you to get in your exam like this question. Okay. So yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Okay. So if we are looking at this particular question, then we are having, they have given किती given values आसा ते पयली पळोवया आमी. Given values आसा आमकां t half दिला 3 minutes. Okay, because they already given. So half life खातीर it is t half 3 minutes. The rate constant we are taking over here. The time required is t. Then the initial concentration is a minus x is the concentration remaining. Now what we need to do is the formula what we are using. The formula we are using over here is the half life of the first order. First order नाही रे ते. फर्स्ट ऑर्डर. सो हाफ लाईफ ऑफ द फर्स्ट ऑर्डर तुमकां खबर आहा न्ही, लास्टाक जे मेळटा ते आमकां हाफ लाईफ फर्स्ट ऑर्डर. सो टी हाफ इज इक्वल टू 0.0693 अपॉन के. सो टी हाफची मागीर आमी व्हॅल्यू घालता. सो टी इज इक्वल 2.303 इंटू लॉग ए एन log a into a minus x. So solution karta aata. So once you are doing the step 1 calculation of formula, we are having over here k is equal to 0.693 into 3, which is 693 divided by 3, so it is 0.231 ते value मेळटा आमकां. Step 2, for 99% completion, remaining 1%, we are having a divided by a minus x. A is the concentration, a minus x is the final concentration. So we are taking here 100 and log of 100, which is equal to 2. Now substituting the values, what we are getting is t is equal to 2.303 divided by 0.231 into 2, which is 19.94 minutes. So you have to write time required is basically 19.94 minutes for this particular question. So for the 99% completion of this particular reaction, the time required will be 19.94 minutes. Okay. Next one, initial concentration is 0.01. After 20 minutes, it becomes 0.025 molar. Calculate rate constant first order. Now here they are not asking us to calculate any half-life directly. They are asking us to calculate the rate constant. So in this, for rate constant, you should know, and they are telling us directly rate constant for initial or first order. They have mentioned. So if they have mentioned about the first order, then you have to directly use the formula of the फर्स्ट ऑर्डर. अँड फर्स्ट ते फॉर्म्युला यूज करच्या पयलीं तुमी पयलीं व्हॅल्यूज घाला, कितें व्हॅल्यूज आसा ते व्हॅल्यूज घाला वयर. सो ए नॉट कितें आसा, मागीर ए कितें आसा, तुमचे हितून गोवा बोर्डान इट इज आर नॉट. Okay, r naught. So you can take that like that only. R naught is initial concentration, r is final concentration. ते जसा फक्त आणि काय difference ना. And you have to take this just the value over here and the formula. So k is equal to 2.303 upon t into log of r naught upon r. So you are taking this formula of the first order. You are just calculation ratio of r naught upon r is equal to 0.1 divided by 0.025. What you are getting? You are getting the answer 4. So log 4 is equal to 0.602. Just we are doing step by step. Confuse जाऊ नका. Step 1, calculating ratio of this one. If you calculate the ratio, you are getting a number 4. मागीर हांगा log 4 जाता. That is how we are calculating. मागीर 2.303 upon t केला. So here they have 2.303 upon t into 0.602 because log 4 आम्ही काढले 0.602. मागीर multiply केले उपरांत 0.0693 per minute. Okay, that is how you solve it effectively without doing any blunders. This stepwise solution why I have given you, so that you don't do any blunders. Blunders जातलेच खूप भुरग्यांकडे, पण तुमच्याकडे blunders जावपा जायना. ओके, सो फॉलो द स्टेप्स हाऊ आय हॅव सॉल्व, आणि तशेंच तुम्ही सॉल्व करा. आपल्या एग्जामीन मार्क्स कट जावपा ना. युनिट घालपाक विसरो नाका, हाफ मार्क कट जातले. खुबशे भुरगे गडबडीन खूश जाता, ओ माय गॉड म्हणटा, हांवें आन्सर काडले, आन्सर मेळ्ळा म्हाका, युनिटूच घालिना, हाफ मार्क गेले. ओके, खूश जावन अशें पिसावता, मातशें तकली उडयता. सो हांगा पळय, एका मागीर आमी कितें करपाचें अशें बरोवया नाका. अशें बरयल्यार सुद्दां इट इज ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम फ्रॉम माय साइड. बट द थिंग इज द गोवा बोर्ड टीचर्स विल बी एक्सपेक्टिंग यू टू रायट इन दिस पर्टिक्युलर सिग्निफिकंट फिगर्स. सो 3 सिग्निफिकंट फिगर्सान बरोवया आमी. सो 6.93. हे पॉइंट कितें केलें आमी? द पॉइंट which was there, I shifted it from this particular side to right side. आता राईट सायडीन शिफ्ट करता म्हटल्यार इंटू 10⁻⁻ येतले. लेफ्ट सायडीन शिफ्ट करता जाल्यार 10 जे भायर सरता पळय, इट इज इन पॉझिटिव्ह. अंडरस्टूड? लेफ्ट सायडीन शिफ्ट करता 10 इज पॉझिटिव्ह. राईट सायडीन शिफ्ट करता जे 10 भायर येता ते नेगेटिव्ह येता. ओके? इतलें तुमकां खबर आसपा जाय. Then we're having another calculate time requires 75% completion of the first order reaction. थंय आमकां half life आशिल्लें आमकां. ना first order आशिल्लें. Same thing it is. Same thing, same to same. Okay, let us see this one also. Okay, you can write this question. Calculate time required for 75% completion of the first order reaction if k is equal to 0.02 per minute. Now given k is equal to 0.02 per minute दिला already आमकां. 75% completion किती धरला? Calculate time required for 75% completion of the calculator. So 75% completion झाले reaction. उरला कितले? उरला 25%. So initial concentration A minus X, remaining concentration is the A minus X. Okay. Now if you are getting the formula test, then T is equal to 2.303 into log of A divided by log of, meaning it is log of R naught upon R. A and A minus X per, it is R naught upon R. So you can just use your formula also. So it is like this: T is equal to 2.303 upon K into log of R naught, R naught upon R. Okay. So like this you can just solve it using your own formula. And पूण कितें वॅल्यू सबस्टिट्यूट सारखे करपा जाय. सारखे वॅल्यू सबस्टिट्यूट करा. आतां पळय हांगा आमी कितें स्टेप वायज कॅल्क्युलेशन करूं शकता. स्टेप 1 कितें आसा? स्टेप 1 यू कॅल्क्युलेट दीस. आर नॉट अपॉन आर आसा पळय ते कॅल्क्युलेट करा. सो इट इज लायक अगेन द सेम थिंग 0.602. इज इट द सेम वन, सेम प्रॉब्लम? नो, इट इज नॉट अ सेम प्रॉब्लम. नो. Okay, then we are substituting the values 2.0 upon R, we are getting into 0.603, we are getting 69.3, and once it is solved, you are getting the answer 69.3 minutes. That is for the first order reaction. Okay, so next guys, we are having zero order reaction. Concentration decreases from 0.8 molar to 0.5 molar in 10 minutes. Calculate K. Which order? Zero order. Formula खंयचो यूज करतले तुमी? Zero order formula. So use the zero order formula. What is the zero order formula? म्हण पयली मातशें हें बरयात. First you write this given values and zero order तुम्ही घाला. After that chemical kinetics, sir, but we wanted live PDF. Live PDF म्हटल्या कितें रे? Okay. So first you write given formula used is R is equal to R naught minus KT. Okay. मागीर तुम्ही ते तशें बरोवं शकता. K is equal to R naught minus R upon T. Whatever. This is just rearranged. Okay. Then solution कितें आसा? Step wise. You are putting the values and we are substituting the values. Once you're substituting the values, then you are getting your final answer as K, because आमका rate find करून सांगला. Rate of the reaction 0.03 mole per liter per minute. So mole per liter per minute, this is the unit for the rate constant of zero order reaction. This comes for MCQs. Okay. MCQ question आता, what is the unit of zero order? What is the SI unit of zero order reaction? So it is zero. The unit of zero order reaction is mole per liter per minute. Okay. Magir. Calculate half-life of second order reaction if A naught is equal to, meaning R naught, initial concentration, is equal to 0.5 molar and K is equal to 0.1 mole per minute. Okay. Again, it is second order reaction question. So what we'll be doing, second order okay. Second, we will be skipping this question. Okay, we'll be skipping. It just I overlooked the PDF, so I have not seen this particular question. Second order, we will not be using it. Second order. But if you want, you can copy. But it is not required. Second order. For a first order reaction, 50% decomposes in 40 minutes. 50% गेले म्हटल्यार 50% उरला आता. ते 50% आमकां फायंड करपा जाय. आता 50% सांगले उपरांत आमकां डायरेक्ट खबर आसपा जाय की दे आर बेसिकली टॉकिंग अबाउट समथिंग विच इज हाफ. हाफ म्हटल्यार हाफ लायफ. सो वी आर सॉल्विंग इट फॉर द हाफ लायफ फॉर द फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन. ओके, 50% जाला न्ही, सो हाफ लायफ जाला. सो हाफ लायफ कॅल्क्युलेट करपा जाय की उरलेले 50% कितले जातले, और हे 50% जावपा खातीर कितलो टायम लागलो. सो टी हाफ आमकां कॅल्क्युलेट करपा जाय. सो इट इज फॉर 40% आम्ही फायंड केलं. त्यांना सांगला आमकां ऑलरेडी की 40% आणि 50% झाले म्हटल्यार 40 मिनिट्सान 50% झाले म्हटल्यार 40 मिनिट्स लागले 50% जावपा खातीर. दॅट ओनली आय एम रिपीटिंग. तकली पाड जाली ना म्हजी. ओके, के इज इक्वल टू रेट कॉन्स्टंट per minute. Now the formula we are using, it is for half life of the first order. We are using T half is equal to 0.693 upon the rate constant. And the solution फक्त म्हाका values घालपा जाय की rate constant कितले time असा. So आमकां कितें, आमकां rate constant find करपा जाय. So you will have to just switch the places of T half with K, and when you are shifting the places with T half with K हांगा येतले आणि T half सकल. So you have to just write 0.693 divided by 40. 0.693 divided by 40, you are getting the answer 0.173 minute. आता तुमकां कितें सांगलेलें आनी हांगा 0 रायट सायडीन शिफ्ट जाता. जर 0 न्हय, सॉरी, पॉयंट, म्हाका मरे सॉलिड बुक लागा. हो पॉयंट आता शिफ्ट जातलो हांगा. सो इट विल शिफ्टिंग फॉर हाउ मेनी प्लेसीस, 1 प्लेस एंड 2 प्लेस. पॉयंट हांगा येतलो. सो 2 प्लेस शिफ्ट जाला. सो यू विल रायट 1.73 into 10 raised to minus 2 as it is moving on the right side, so it will be coming under negative. So 10 raised to minus 2 अशें तुमकां रेट कॉन्स्टंट मेळटा. ओके, so this is again the similar type of question what we have done earlier also. Again, first order reaction as K is equal to 0.1 per minute. After 10 minutes, concentration becomes 0.02 molar. Find initial concentration. Okay, so given K is equal to J values dila te घालपाचे, same thing it is. We are doing it for the first order. Okay, and first order formula घाला. First order formula घातले उपरांत solution step wise. Once you're doing the solution, you're solving it, you're getting your answer. Okay, reactions खंयचे करप tomorrow, no, organic reactions. But formula, this numericals I have already told you what numericals you have to follow. Okay, so these are the same numericals. Again म्हाका कितें आनी चड इतना state the units of rate of constant here. This is a theoretical type of question. We will not see it. Just you can see it here. First order per second, second order liter per mole per second. Okay, so stepwise first order. Okay, fine. These are the just units, but this is asking units of first order, units of second order in MCQs. Okay, hello alkenes, hello arenes. मागे सगळे ते बाबा फाल्या करतलो, आयज ना. फाल्या बी हय, फाल्या मोस्टली. फाल्या, yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing just the organic part. Like कितें कितें important आसा ऑर्गॅनिक तेच उलयतलो आनी चड काय उलोवपा ना डिटेलान. बिकॉज सी, आय एम व्हेरी लायक, आय नो दॅट मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टुडंट्स दे हॅव स्टडीड ऑलरेडी. आनी थोडी भुरगीं आसा पळय तेंच्यांनी अभ्यास आतां स्टार्ट केला, म्हटल्यार आयज स्टार्ट केला तेंच्यांनी अभ्यास करपाक. सो त्याच भुरग्यां खातीर हांवें हे जे PDF आसा पळय ते PDF हांवें रेडी केला. सो दॅट दीज स्टुडंट्स दे कॅन स्टडी ओनली दीज PDF. म्हटल्यार दीज PDF म्हटल्यार हेच क्वेश्चन एक्सपेक्ट करप ना, असलेच क्वेश्चन एक्सपेक्ट करप. हेच क्वेश्चन न्हू, असले क्वेश्चन्स यू कॅन एक्सपेक्ट. असलेच फॉर्मुलाज यू कॅन एक्सपेक्ट टू पुट अँड यू कॅन स्टडी इट. सो यू कॅन जॉईन दॅट व्हॉट्सॲप ग्रुप. हांवें आत्तां लिंक घातला, तो लिंक जॉईन करा. त्याच ग्रुपान हांव ते एक बारीकसो हे करता, पॅक करता, आणि मागीर तो पॅक तुमकां लिंक धाडटा दॅट यू कॅन डायरेक्टली परचेज फॉर लायक सम, आय डोंट नो, I'll just have to see the calculations, and based on that you can purchase if you want. If you don't want to purchase, you can just watch the live and study. Okay, no problem. But I'm telling you to purchase because I have already we have already given them as paid thing for the other students. Okay, so magir asa amchekade hanga. Now this question is, this year I am expecting, matlab this question matlab activation energy problem I am expecting. Okay, now if temperature increases from 300 Kelvin to 310 Kelvin and activation energy is 50 kilojoules per mole, calculate the ratio of K2 upon K1. Understood? So हांगा तेंच्यांनी आमकां activation energy find कर म्हणून सांगोना. This problem is related to activation energy. तेच सांगता तुमकां हांव की मागीर तुमी सांगतली की सर तुवें सांगलेलें तें येवंकूच ना. टॉपीक पळय, एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी आयिल्ले, म्हटल्यार सांगता तुमकां आयिल्ले, बट यू हॅव नॉट स्टडीड हाऊ टू कॅल्क्युलेट द रेशिओ. यू हॅव ओन्ली स्टडीड हाऊ टू कॅल्क्युलेट एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी. हांगाच चूक जाता. चूक हांगाच जाता. आनी मागीर हांगाच मनीस समजून घ्या. ओके. सो तशें जावपा जायना. तुमकां सांगता टॉपीक, तुमकां सांगता एक पर्टिक्युलर क्वेश्चन, एक पर्टिक्युलर न्युमेरिकल की एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी येवपाचे चान्सीस खूब आसा. खूब म्हटल्यार खूब आसा इन युअर पेपर. देन यू हॅव टू प्रॉपरली स्टडी एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी. ओके. सो मागीर व्हॅल्यूज जे दिला ते बरे आहा. T1 300 केल्विन, T2 310 केल्विन. एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी आमकां दिला तेंच्यांनी. एक्चुअली आमकां फायंड करपाचें आसता, पूण इन दीस प्रॉब्लम दे हॅव गिवन. आणि आर ची व्हॅल्यू जे गॅस करून इट इज ऑलरेडी गिवन. इट इज 8.314 joules per mole per Kelvin. इट इज कॉन्स्टंट. ते दिलेले आसतले. जर दिना सुद्धा रट्टा मारून चला, म्हटल्यार याद उरपा जाय एग्जामीन. दितले रे, मोस्टली दितलेत ते, दितात ते व्हॅल्यू, बट स्टील यू स्टडी इट. Now the formula used is log K2 upon K1 is equal to EA upon 2.303 R into 1 upon T1 minus T2. What you can write it as T2 मागे ते 1 upon T1 minus T2 असा पळय, that you can also write it as like T2 into T1 upon T1 minus T2. ते बी तुम्ही बरोवू शकता. ते तुमकां टिचरान तशें दिले आसतले डायरेक्ट. बट इट इज एक्चुअली 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. मागीर ते क्रॉस मल्टिप्लाय करून तशें जाता. वयर बी T2 मामा, सकयल बी T2 मामा, तशें जातलें. बट वन्स you have to study this particular formula of what it is. This formula is for calculating the activation energy EA. Okay. In case anybody is watching later on, they can understand. Okay, fine. Next, what you're having is you have to just substitute the values जे दिला पळय हांगा बरयला T1 ची जाग्यार T1 घाल, T2 ची जाग्यार T2 घाल, EA च्या जाग्यार EA घाल आणि R च्या जाग्यार R घाल. फक्त तुका log of K2 by K1 तुका फाइंड करपा जाय. So you have to just keep this log of K2 by K1 एकच साइड. मागीर log of K2 by K1 you are getting 0.26, and when you are getting 0.26 you have to just ते log तेजे हे साइडीन करपाचे आणि कॅल्क्युलेट करपाचे. And once you are calculating it, then you are getting the answer 1.82. So they will be asking you what is the ratio of K2 to K1. असे क्वेश्चन येतले K2 to K1. So you have to write K2 to K1 ratio is 1.82. You cannot get actual value of K2 and K1 over here. That is a very lengthy process to solve. But directly you have to write this is where you have to stop your answer. Okay. So now when the concentration doubles, rate becomes 4 times. Find the order of reaction. Very simple question. Very simple म्हटल्यार सामको simple question. Okay, the question is when the concentration double, the rate becomes 4 times. Find order of reaction. So rate 1 किती आसा 0.01, rate 2 किती आसा 0.04. And then what is the concentration of first concentration? It is 0.01. The second concentration is 0.02. N is the order of reaction. Formula uses rate 2 upon rate 1 is equal to A2 upon divided by A1 raised to n. Now solution stepwise what we are doing, the four times जाता न्ही ते 4 times जाता म्हटल्यार आम्ही कशी करता, we are writing it as 2 raised to n. Okay. Now step 2 is n is equal to 2. Now the final action, now the final answer what we know is if it is 2 raised to n, then what is basically 2 raised to something which can become 4? It is 2 raised to 2, that is 4. So the n becomes 2. If the n is 2, then the answer is the reaction is second order. Okay. So this is actually, this is not expected. This particular question is not expected. Okay, fine. Now we are having, okay. Okay, first order reaction in half completed 3 minutes. Calculate. So again it is T half. So reaction as it is like that only. T half, because half म्हणून तुमका question येले न्ही, आणि ते फर्स्ट ऑर्डर असा किती असा, you have to find the half life only. So not find the half life, sorry, you have to find the rate constant using the half life, because ते half म्हणून सांगता. So तुमका कळटा की हा 50% आला 50% उरला, then it is for half life. Same thing we have done earlier, that only you have to solve it again. Okay, if rate constant is 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 4 mole per second, determine the order of reaction. Again, here we are using the same thing. We are finding rate constant, comparing units with K standard. Again, I'm not expecting this particular thing, but this is the again the same thing. I'm not expecting this one. So when initial concentration is double, what happens to the half life of zero order reaction? So if initial concentration is doubling, then what is happening to the half life of the zero order reaction? So you have to use the formula of the zero order of half life only. That formula only you have to use. And once you're using that, you have to put the like you किती म्हणतात त्यांच्याने काय सांगला की when the initial concentration is double, so initial concentration एका double करता आम्ही. ओके. एंड what happens to the half life of zero order मागे हांगा किती जातले? So त्याच्या खातीर आमकां पयली फॉर्म्युला बरोवपा जाय, नॉर्मल फॉर्म्युला, and then you have to double it. And once we know that if T half is directly proportional to the initial concentration, so if initial concentration double जाता जाल्यार T half भी double जाता, so half life भी double जाता. You can note it down. Okay, you can just note it down that T half is directly proportional to the initial concentration. If T half is directly proportional to initial concentration, मतलब T half वाढलो की initial concentration वाढता आणि initial concentration वाढली की half life भी वाढतली. Okay, so so these type of questions are expected only in MCQs or one line answers. Okay. Next, what are you having? Yeah. For a reaction A plus 2B gives AB2, rate K into concentration of A and concentration of B raised to 2. Concentration of B is raised to 2. If B is double, find new rate. So if B double केल्यार कशें very this is also again solving. This comes actually for your 20 marks test. 20 marks test, but in board exam it is usually asked for only 1 mark. In this 20 marks test it is asked for 2 marks, but here it will be asked for 1 mark. Usually it will be for MCQ, like a asa a to b asa ab2 zata. Rate of K is this. If B is doubled, find the new rate. If B double केल्यार मतलब B का मी किती करता, we are basically increasing this double करता है का 2B करता. Now okay, so now we are doing replacing B with 2B आणि त्याका जर आम्ही 2B केले, 2B square किया आता 4B, 2B square 4B. So last final answer what you'll be getting? You'll be getting K into A आणि 4B raised to 2. ओके. 4B raised to 2 म्हटल्यार कितें 2B raised to B raised to 2 आशिल्ले आतां 2 raised to A आसा. सो ते जे स्क्वेअर आसा पळय ते एका लागता आणि तेका लागले म्हटल्यार हो 4B जाता. 4B raised to 2 तशेंच उरता. So K into concentration of A 4B raised to 4B raised to 2. Now step 3 4 into original rate. So original rate आमी 4 घातले उपरांत the rate increases 4 times. Okay, that is what you should know about how to. So but this is I am expecting only for MCQs. Okay, 1 mark, because we are having lots of questions to which we can put for 1 mark MCQs. Same thing question. What are the order? These are the theory type questions. So photochemical reaction like formation of HCl and H2 and Cl2 are of what order? So photochemical reaction depend on light intensity, rate independent of concentration. So order of reaction again, this is not required, but still, since that does not have concentration, so photochemical not required. Okay. Mm-mm. But for practice you can do it, but that much of probability of getting this particular question is I'm not having. Okay, the half life of carbon 14 is 5730 years. If 25% remains, calculate age of sample. So T half is given, that is 5730 years, and the basically they are giving us the concentration 0.25. The initial amount is they have not given us the remaining amount. We have to find it, and the time years. So we are finding it according to n upon n naught, n a upon n naught initial concentration stepwise. Some problem has happened with the PDF, but formula is correct, but problem with the notations. 0.1. Okay, no, same thing. It is a upon a naught is a half into T half solution they are putting, but this question is related to, if you look, the half life of carbon is 14 is 5730. 5730, the 20%. I calculate age of the sample. Calculating the age of the sample, solution stepwise. Step 1 is 0.25. So a upon a naught is equal to half into T half. Okay. Step for finding one answer. So T half. So we are not calculating T half. We are calculating the T upon 5730 into 2. Then we are multiplying it with this. Let me just see about it. Formula n naught of T half. Solution step 5 is 0.25 is equal to 1 half into raised to 5730. So 0.25 is equal to half upon over here, and that is shifting over there. Okay. Shifting the T. हाँ पहले याचे काढला ते याचे सॉल्व केला then you have solved this, and once you have solved this you are calculating this, just multiply this over here, so it is t upon 5730 equals to 2. Then we are multiplying this 5730 that side and just keeping t on one side, so we're getting 11460 years. So the age of the sample of carbon 14 which has completed the which is okay, half life carbon 14 is 5730. If 25% remains, calculate the age of the sample. So if 25%, you have to write the statement that if 25% of carbon 14 remains, then what will be the life of the sample remaining? It is 100 and sorry 11,460. येस तेच म्हणटा ब्लड लाईन असले केन्ना पळोवंकूच ना मरे, बिकॉज दीस असले केन्ना पळोवंक ना म्हटल्यार दिस पर्टिक्युलर क्वेश्चन वॉज आस्क्ड नो इन 2018 they asked, I guess. Somewhere 2018 or 19 somewhere, but I am not expecting this to come in your chemistry paper, because they will be slightly putting some easier questions in your paper. Okay, that is what I am having the expectation, but you can study this particular question also, that is the half life of carbon 14 and all. Again, this when calculate the K2 upon K1 when the temperature increases from 300 Kelvin to 310 Kelvin. This is again related to activation energy. Question number 17 we are having now. Again, it is related to calculation of the activation energy. Same formula we are using, log K2 upon K1 is equal to EA divided by 2.303 R into 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. Same to same formula you have to use, same to just value. Hey, हांव सांगता तुमकां पेपर इजी येतलो, you will get like these problems wherein there is direct substitution. Somewhere or other you have to apply your brain. For example, that E naught of the cell, तुमकां ते techniques use करून, लेब्रा technique use करून reducing agent कोण आसा, मागीर त्या हिशपान तुमकां खबर आसता की ऑक्सिडेशन खंय जाता, थंय मातशें तकली यूज करची पडटली. बट usually in this particular question or the solutions check and numericals asa, you have to directly substitute the values and you have to do it. Okay, so same things we are having for this one. Again the first order, again the same questions, same similar तुमका सांगला पळय तेच क्वेश्चन, तितलेच questions. There is no more additional type of question what can be asked. The additional type of question काहीच ना हितून, जितले हांवें दिला for solutions, osmotic pressure, elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, molar mass, हे चार. आणि मागीर इन कितें म्हणटा इलेक्ट्रोकेमिस्ट्री वी आर हॅव्हिंग we are basically having in electrochemistry like standard electrode potential find करपाचे, gives free energy find करपाचे, आणि मागीर ते okay, molar conductivity is coming under solutions, but still I'm not expecting molar conductivity to come, but I'm expecting this partial pressure, osmotic pressure to come. Okay, so you study that only, and from this chemical kinetics, you can just study about activation energy. You can study about rate of a reaction. Numerical सांगता, derivations no. Rate of a reaction of half life of any object कितले percent complete झाला, आणि 70% complete झाला, 30% उरला जाल्यार ते first order रान कितले जातले rate of reaction, that you can calculate. Okay, such problems only will be coming. Rest calculate half life, same half life, but direct, this is the direct question. You're using the T half is equal to 0.693 upon a half life of first order reaction. So formula use करप आणि value direct घालप, k ची value घालप फक्त, मागे direct तुमका answer मेळटा. So like this also questions can be asked in your exam. Sir, you will come live tomorrow. I will mostly come because I have to do the organic, no? Okay, just note down the diagram list what is there for from the physical chemistry. You can note down the diagram list, all of you. Time with lalo re ek dalem pauna ek mare. Okay, from the diagram list you are getting first one is this graph showing negative deviation. Okay, negative deviation from Raoult's law. That graph you're getting. Next one, Aslam, hello. Ah, hi. Yes, we are having it in on crash course on NASA. Okay, diagram सगळे जे क्रॅश कोर्स घेतला पळय भुरग्यांनी क्रॅश कोर्स घेतला पळय विच वॉज फॉर द ऑल सब्जेक्ट्स दे विल गेट ऑल द मॅटर दे डोंट हॅव टू गो टू समवेअर एल्स अँड दे हॅव टू गेट ऍक्सेस टू इट जे भुरग्यांनी क्रॅश कोर्स घेऊंक ना पळय इट इज फॉर 999 यू डोंट प्लीज डोंट बाय दॅट क्रॅश कोर्स नाव बाय केल्यार म्हाका फायदो मरे बाय करू नका तुमकां सांगता आतां बाय करू नका यू कॅन बाय द केमिस्ट्री पॅक इफ आय एम लॉन्चिंग इट इफ आय एम म्हाका खबर ना हांव लॉन्च करतलो की ना तेय म्हाका खबर ना but if I am launching it then you can buy it. If I am not launching it you can just attend the lives, watch the lives and study. Okay, okay, very good. First diagram we are having the diagram म्हटल्यार बेस्ट diagram घालूंक ना important असा म्हणून घातला so please pay attention. We are having the vapor pressure diagram negative deviation, then we are having it for positive deviation. Okay, negative आणि दोन्ही नेगेटिव्ह घातले मरे शी रे बाबा अरे गडबडीन ओके वन इज फॉर पॉझिटिव्ह वन इज फॉर नेगेटिव्ह हा इथले त्यात दोन अजून दाखयता आय शियो सो आय बाय मिस्टेक आय हॅव पुट बोथ ऑफ दॅट दिस ओनली ओके सो फॉर द पॉझिटिव्ह डिव्हिजन बेसिकली तो ग्राफ तो वयलो असता असो असता ओके हे दिस डॉट 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 आसा पळय दिस इज फॉर आयडियल हे स्ट्रेट लायन असता डॉट डॉट दिस इज फॉर आयडियल एंड मागीर ते पॉझिटिव्ह डिव्हिएशन वयर असता इट इज कमिंग लायक ऑन टॉप इतलेच डिफरन्स आसा नेगेटिव्ह डिव्हिएशनाक कर्व ते सकयल असता सो पॉझिटिव्ह डिव्हिएशन अँड नेगेटिव्ह डिव्हिएशन येस सर टेक्स्टबुकान आसा टेक्स्टबुकान आसा यू कॅन just you can see from the textbook and you can study positive deviation negative deviation then I'm telling you from the this one solution chapter this is elevation in boiling point next diagram is depression in freezing point next diagram you are having that is the Daniel cell okay Daniel cell diagram next important diagram पळय हा Daniel हांगा बरयला आनी हाका रिएक्शन बी आसा सो इट व्हेरी इंपॉर्टंट यू रायट द रिएक्शन एंड यू रायट ऑल द थिंग्स एनोड ऑक्सिडेशन जाता कॅथोडाक रिडक्शन जाता आनी एनोड इज नेगेटिव्ह वाय एनोड इज नेगेटिव्ह बेस्ड ऑन दॅट टेक्निक आय टोल्ड यू LOAN लोन LOAN लेफ्ट ऑक्सिडेशन एनोड नेगेटिव्ह LOAN ओके ते यूज करा आनी मागीर आसा डायग्राम आमचो okay this is the Leclanche cell dry cell we म्हणटा हेका dry cell so you can use the graphite आम्ही घातला मागीर हे केला carbon rod so this is the Leclanche cell then we are having this lead storage battery जे I am expecting to come in your exam lead storage battery मजा chill okay then I am expecting even this particular fuel cell because boy very very like very repetitive now so fuel cell also I'm expecting only lead storage and fuel cell I'm expecting Leclanche maybe labeling करपाक येऊ शकता mercury असता पळय ते mercury जाणा ते घडियाळान असता ते बारकिले cell that is the mercury cell that also comes for labeling okay की भितर कितें आसा कॅथोड कोण आसा एनोड कोण आसा कितें ते पेस्ट म्हणटा कसलो पेस्ट घातला विमल घातला की च्यवनप्राश घातला ते जोक करता हां, विमल घालिना तितून. आतां एक्झामी विमल बरोवन येवशीत. धड न्हू बाबा तुमचे. आय कॅनॉट ट्रस्ट. Then this diagram also I'm expecting. The diagram is about corrosion. This diagram is also from electrochemistry. Okay. आणि याचा मरे. And yeah, this I am expecting diagram for your exam if elevation in boiling point जर त्यांच्यानी घालूंक ना or if त्यांच्यानी Raoult's law बी घालूंक ना and they want to ask you to write the draw the diagram then they will be asking you reverse osmosis which is having a very 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 high probability to come in your this particular paper. Reverse osmosis diagram सारखे पळय सांगला ते diagram प्रॅक्टिस करप मागीर सांगपाचें ना की सर तुवें सांगलें तें येवंकूच ना मे कर नाका ओके सांगला ते डायग्रामा शिका मागीर कळटलें न्ही तुमकां तुमी लास्ट मोमेंटार रावतले पयलीं हांगा ते चॅटींग बिटींग करीत रावतले स्नॅपचॅट हेजे फोटो धाडटले तशें जायना बाबा तशें जायना ओके देन One more thing I'm expecting to come, it is the energy of activation graph. Okay, so I want you to score well and good in chemistry paper, please. So हांवें जे सांगला ते तुम्ही अभ्यास करपाकूच जाय. 5 दीस आसा तुमच्याकडे, आयचो गेलो ते लायत. ओके, 4 दीस आसा तुमच्याकडे. सो 4 दिसा तुम्ही सारके अभ्यास करा. आय लिटरली ट्रस्ट यू. ओके, तुमकां हांव आनी कितें म्हणिना. आय ट्रस्ट यू बिकॉज यू आर स्मार्टर दॅन अस. बिकॉज आमी जे आमच्या टायमार आशिल्ले पळय, यू आर मोर स्मार्टर दॅन अस. सो यू कॅन लिटरली डू वेल. फक्त आनी तुमकां सांगला बी मरे इम्पोर्टंट. आमकां कोण सांगतलो? आमकां टिचर क्लासीन घेनासली मरे. ओके, क्लासीन घेवंक ना म्हाका. हाका खबर ना थोडे चॅप्टर्सचे कितें कितें. सो डिप्रेसिंग क्लासीन घेवंक ना, पूण भायर मजा करतले. चिल. ओके, सो एनर्जी ऑफ एक्टिवेशन हे ग्राफ आसता ते करपाचे. अँड लायक सी, यू कॅन सी द विदाउट एन्झायम कितें आसता, विथ एन्झायम इतलेंच काडपाचें, आनी कांय ना. एंड यू हॅव टू रायट एनर्जी. आतां हांगा पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी म्हूण थोडे टिचर दिता, थोडे टिचर फ्री एनर्जी म्हणटा. सो तुमी एनर्जीच घाला. आनी रिएक्शन तुमच्या टिचरान कितें दिला पळय तें तुमी घाला. आनी रिएक्शन कोऑर्डिनेट प्रोडक्ट जाता फॉर्म विथ एन्झायम, विदाउट एन्झायम. दॅट इज वॉट वी आर हॅव्हिंग फॉर डायग्राम्स अँड ऑल दीस. ओके, आणि मागीर आतां हांगा आसा लास्ट थिंग वॉट वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग. हे हांवें ऑलरेडी तुमकां डिस्कस केला, बट स्टील आय विल बी जस्ट डिस्कसिंग these questions so that you can literally study these and practice these questions. म्हटल्यार हे कितें आहा जाणा, तुमी जर आयकता न्ही, आतां पळय हांगा कितलीं भुरगीं आसा जे लायव्ह आसा, these people will be listening. You will be listening and you will be remembering while studying की हे सरान सांगलेले न्ही ते क्वेश्चन. सो हांव ते शिकता आतां. आय विल स्टडी दॅट, आय विल रिवायज दॅट. तशें जाता तें. So solution chapter straight and explain Raoult's law for ideal solution, derive the expression and draw the vapor pressure versus mole fraction graph. Okay, rare but might come. But Raoult's law topic is important, will come. Next, define ideal gas and define ideal and non-ideal solution, state assumptions and characteristic. की ideal solution कसे असता, non-ideal solution कसे असता. Next, explain positive and negative deviation from Raoult's law with examples and graphs. Again, I've told you. Define azeotropes. We have talked about this. Define expression for elevation and boiling point. Expression asa and explain each term. Or they can ask you to draw the graph for elevation in boiling point, which is highly predictable. Okay, की येवपा शकता म्हणून elevation boiling point चा graph. Derive expression for osmotic pressure. Pi is equal to CRT. C can be written as number of moles upon volume, so it is just like that compact form. Show analogy with gas equation. So osmotic pressure, what is the formula? This is the formula for osmotic pressure, and you have can show just the analogy with the gas equation. Gas म्हटलं ते PV is equal to nRT जाणा तुम्ही. So that is gas equation, ideal gas equation. So define mole fraction, molarity and Henry's law. Then state Henry's law and write its mathematical expression. What are colligative properties? I am expecting this for 1 mark. What are colligative properties? List 4 types. And define Vent-Off factor. I am also expecting this for 1 mark. MCQs बी असे येऊ शकतात. Define म्हणून नो की Vent-Off factor असे किती असा, means what is the Vent-Off factor for कितें म्हणटा तेका, नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलायटिक सोल्युशन or electrolytic solution, Vent-Off factor. तसले question I'm expecting for 1 mark. Okay. Next we are having the electrochemistry. Again आमकां तुमकां सगळें सांगलां हांवें, ते सांगपाची गरज ना. Define galvanic cell, EMF the cell, standard electrode potential, write and derive the Nernst equation for general cell reaction and Daniell cell. Then derive the relation between Gibbs free energy and EMF. Derive relation between standard EMF and equilibrium constant. What is electrochemical series? State the application, 1 mark. Okay, was state and explain Corral's law of independent migration of ions, 1 mark. Define molar conductivity, 1 mark. Then differentiate between electrolytic and galvanic cell, 2 marks. Might come, this one. Okay, this one might come, that differentiate between electrolytic and galvanic cell. Now what is the electrolytic? This is the electrolytic, is we call it electrolytic, and the galvanic cell we call it as electrochemical cell. Okay, then differentiate between specific conductance and molar conductance, explain corrosion and mechanism of rusting. Okay, then we are having defined rate of reaction, average rate, instantaneous rate, define order and molecularity. All these questions like the derivation, the half-life, the expression for half-life, the expression for activation energy, then the terms of Arrhenius, define activation energy, draw the explain the graphs for zero order, first order, second order. असे ग्राफ दितले तुमकां. ते ग्राफान तुम्ही आयडेंटिफाय करप की अशें जर ग्राफ दिला, then this graph is of what, and then अशें डाउन ग्राफ दिला ते कशें आसा. Those things I have put in the course. आणि ते नोट्स बी सगळे हांव तुमकां पोस्ट करतलो if I am creating that course, which I am very not sure. Because म्हाका पळय आतां तुमचे ते ऑर्गॅनिक पीडीएफ आसा पळय, that I have to rectify. That PDF I have to rectify, and that PDF rectify केल्या उपरांतूच मागीर हांव घालूं शकता न्ही. सो आय कॅनॉट प्रॉमीस दॅट. सो दॅट्स वाय आय एम नॉट बीइंग एबल टू कन्क्लूड इट. सो हांव कितें करतलो, फाल्यां बसतलो फूल दीस. मागीर आतां तर म्हाका जायना, म्हाका फाट दुखता, भूक लागल्या, आनी कितें कितें जालां म्हाका. So tomorrow I will come, and tomorrow I'll sit in the office. Then I will make the PDF for organic chemistry. जे rough ideas asa, जे reactions asa, that I will be doing. And um, CS stream na baba. CS stream, because the thing is what, CS stream karpa khatir, it is, you'll have to see, CS stream karpa possible na. The notes only are like very complicated. Computer science. We might plan, but let us see. Okay, yeah. So draw and explain the graphs, all these. So all these things, आज मातशें जाम आसा की मातशें क्लास खूब दनपारच्यान क्लास चलू आसा, जाम जाला मातशें. जायना. And the back is paining, legs are paining. Okay. So Ani, we will wait just for like 5 minutes. If you are having any, like, any questions, any comments, you can just type it. Okay. You can just type it, and you can just let me know anything else. Sir, Sabah Rosa रुकने का मुझे क्या मालूम बाबा. I was here whole day, and somebody was telling that they didn't basically, okay, they didn't see the moon, so I don't know. 6th, 7th, okay, yes. So कितें करा तुम्ही, आज जे सांगला पळय आता तुमका, already what I have told you, all these things, you can basically go through this. जेन्ना live upload जातले पळय, you can go through this, and you can literally practice all this. सगळे प्रॅक्टिस करा. आता खरें सांगता, तुमचे कडेन फक्त 4 दीस आसा, and this time केमिस्ट्रीक तुमकां बरो टायम मेळ्ळा. सो तुम्ही टायम युटिलायज करा, सारको युटिलायज करा. आता फाल्यां तुमी कितें करा, फाल्यां तुमी उठोन हे आयज जे केला ते आमी पळय, सगळें याद करपा बसा फाल्यां. ओके, एवरीथिंग लायक सोल्युशन्स, इलेक्ट्रोकेमिस्ट्री, केमिकल कायनेटिक्स, जितले क्वेश्चन आसा, जितले हांवें तुमकां सांगला, तुमी थोडे जाण हे केल्ले आसतले, म्हटल्यार बरोवन घेतले आसतले. थोडे जाण मागीर तुमी कितें करूं शकता, द व्हिडिओ इज गोइंग नो, यू कॅन जस्ट स्क्रीनशॉट इट, द क्वेश्चन्स एंड ऑल. यू कॅन डू इट. Okay, you are very smart enough, you can do it. So do it, solve it, and practice it, all the questions. Okay, आणि बरे ते बरे करा, and please do well. I literally trust you that you will do well. म्हाका तर टेन्शन ना तुमचे. You can do well, but the thing is you don't waste your time. That's it. Yes. Okay. Yes, Shivam Shirodkar. Yes, Pritam Naik, Steve Harrington. Stranger Things. Magir. Yes, Arush Parikar. Thank you so much for your understanding. Yes, Shivam Pal. Very good. Do well, both of you. Please do well. Practice a lot. Do well. You need editor for videos and shorts. Yes, I'm hiring internship. Unpaid. पैसे दिवपा ना. फुकट edit कर. पैसे किती जाय? बिर्याणी दिता. Please Sudage. Eh? Yeah, I'll be taking tomorrow. I'll take. I'll be seeing. Yes, yes. You can edit. You can edit, and you can just DM me or tag me. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for the love. Okay. Bye. Okay. चड जालें, मोगपणात चड जालें. आतां तुमी फोक घाला फाल्यां वचोन. ओके. बाय गाइस. हाँ बे साइक्लोस कौन है? तू बेजार करना को जा बे, घर को जा बे, प्लीज बे, माफ कर, मुझे माफ कर. ओके, आई एम गोइंग होम. मेरी माँ ने मस्त चिकन बनाया, मेरा को चिकन खाएगा. चिकन खाएगा, चिल करेगा. ओके, बाय गाइस. और मस्त सीरीज देखेगा. सीरीज, अच्छा सीरीज देखता है, मैं तुम्हारे जैसा फालतू सीरीज नहीं देखता है. Okay, bye guys. Bye. Good night. Good night. Take care, everyone. Take care. Please like the video. Video like करा मरे. 90 like होता. व्हिडिओ लाईक करे ना मरे तुम्ही असेच मरे हेच मरे सुख मगा हेच हा प्लीज लाईक द व्हिडिओ शेअर बी करा मरे ओके येस आरुष थँक यू डान्सर सिरीज थँक यू सो मच येस येस प्लीज बाय बाय ओके work with so yes yes we'll see bro not sure okay okay so bye 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 guys bye bye good night take care all the best and do well okay bye see you tomorrow in organic chemistry class okay organic fala organic kariya okay bye bye not Pepsi Campa Cola Ambani okay I'm ending the live okay bye फेस केयर रूटीन अबे बापू के पिंपल का दुकान में लाए पूरा फेस केयर रूटीन चल चल गुड नाइट